All right. Hi, guys. Yeah.
I think that recording is supposed to be stopped.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session starting at 10:04.
Second,
All right, pausing the recording.
All right. I am going to unplug this and then plug it back in again and see if maybe that, or maybe I'll turn it off and turn it back on again and see if that helps.
Against the wall a couple times. On the minutes on the library site because it wasn't there.
I think I have to fix it. Everything is on YouTube. So if you get to YouTube, you can get to all of them.
But we're supposed to have them on our
Yeah.
site.
It's that, well, they're listed. They're just
Yeah, you have to
a
go.
little confused.
I'm very convoluted.
It's a link.
It's.
They
yeah,
are.
it's Go to the Dover website and a little link you to a page. I don't know if I've actually ever found a page through the. You go in and it just, you click on it, it's right there. Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. Double check.
Sorry. Okay. Microphone, so hope be more helpful, everybody.
All right,
Hello, do you need?
Hola.
Here? No, I don't think so. I can,
Is my stress eating over there?
Oh, yeah, no, we got it. We have it.
Right.
It's all on the website. I just never scroll down. I look at my name and go, back left.
Sorry.
It's empty. Want me to throw it away?
Yes.
I was like, I have some checks for you this one.
okay,
I ran them always waiting.
okay.
Yeah, everything is on.
So we're a
Confirm.
little convoluted right now. Where do we want to continue with the budget, or do we want to start where we normally start off? Public comment, minutes, all that. All right, let's do it.
No, they're consistent.
Yeah,
These are executive sessions.
yes,
These are all
So should I mark that
videos.
as-
it was 11:11.
11?
Mhm.
That's a good number.
Everyone was excited about it.
Want to go?
Laura made
Okay.
the motion.
I don't know why.
Diane seconded.
What I didn't notate, and
And then it's.
did anybody catch what time Roger left?
Yes,
Okay,
I did. I put him down for 10:22
okay.
out there.
Oh, he was punctual.
Listen, I have 2 more people coming on Wednesday night.
Oh, great.
So. you
All
can
right,
see
so
YouTube clip.
public comment, we have Kyle here. Any comment?
What's going on?
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Elsa.
How are you? Good, how are you?
If we're good there, we'll move on to prior meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the prior meeting minutes.
I will second. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Passes unanimously. All right, financial reports.
Okay, I have this.
Oh, I just found it.
Bear with me with this because my computer was loading it up all weird today. So not anything you did. It was just a me thing today. I decided not to renew my, whatever you call it, Microsoft Excel. So now everything has to be loaded.
But I have a note here to talk about that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm going to start with.
Balance sheet, sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That was a question. Balance sheet.
Balance sheet.
Line 190, net pay. Right at
No
the-
idea what that is.
All right.
It is
It's
something,
zeroed out, but it's.
yeah, so what it is that it's an account that exists in QuickBooks that is used in payroll, that is no longer used in payroll. I think it ended in 2018, so that gives you an idea why it's in there.
Okay.
And,
It just likes to insert itself right
so
now.
no, I have to get it out of there. I have to
Okay.
figure a way. Now, here's one issue that I'm gonna run into.
Mhm.
With QuickBooks payroll, there's a lot of times that I can't go in and just change things. Like you have to go through QuickBooks payroll, and I remember that being a nightmare. But I will find out because I'm gonna skip a little bit, but if you look at the liabilities section, your payroll liabilities are not correct. I could just tell by looking at them that they're not correct.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I could.
Looking at
But
Balance sheet?
But the balance sheet.
I'm sorry, I just got it up.
Yeah.
I-
So right at the top there says 190 net pay. It's zeroed out, but I was just curious.
Yeah,
if that was
so
when
there's
someone
a-
else sees the numbers.
There's a zero balance in it, but it needs to go away. I just can't make it
Oh,
inactive.
Other current assets.
It's
That's why I was like,
demand.
what the hell is that? Even though it's zero, right? I just want to make sure that's not something we're going to be seeing money flowing into or out of, and I just want to make sure it's covered.
Okay,
But then
great.
she said down here where it says other current
Payroll
liabilities,
liabilities.
payroll liabilities, she said, obviously not right.
Oh, right.
So we gotta
figure
Yeah.
out why.
fidget,
Thank you.
Yeah,
fidget around, figure out what's going on.
but I can't just, like, I don't know if this means anything to anybody, but I can't just make a journal entry and journal them out of there.
Yeah.
I think QuickBooks based on my prior experience with QuickBooks payroll, which has been a while, I have to go back to QuickBooks to get them out of there.
Okay. We expect this to, you're just coming in.
Well, no, those
Yeah,
have been
this
there
is-
for a while. Some
No,
of
I know,
them,
but
yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
this is something that,
Some of them
we
I
have
look-
to get used to
look-
our.
Yeah, some of them I
weird
looked at.
numbers.
There's one with a contrabalance, which means it has a negative number, and
Is that
that,
the federal tax?
Yeah.
yeah, that's just,
Yeah.
that just jumped right out at me, like, no
Yeah.
way, no
There's
how.
no way they're paying us for it.
Oh, no, that's the income tax, yeah.
Although there's money that's due back from the state of
Yes.
Vermont for unemployment taxes because you went to, no, it was 1,000.
Oh,
So that could be it.
there was something in the
Okay.
email she mentioned.
Yeah, that's the Vermont income tax negative
It's
1490.
not income tax, so it's
okay. Could it have,
Department of Labor.
could it have been talked
Unemployment because
into?
we changed our
Mhm.
status of
Yeah.
how we're
Yes.
doing it.
Yeah.
Mm, okay, I remember that conversation.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've got to go back and I'll make a call to them and
So that money has come back to us already?
no, it's supposed to come back per Carol when I had a conversation with her because I talked to her. There's also $15 in there that shouldn't be in there for,
1556.
yeah, that was, somebody's check didn't get shut off for the, unemployment. Like
Oh,
the
okay.
box wasn't unclicked for the unemployment. And so, that didn't get paid in. I didn't pay it in, but that's got to come out of there too. Because it's
Okay.
not due, because you want to, I get the states mixed up, but it's like contributory. But that may not be the word in Vermont, but you pay. If somebody gets laid off, you have to pay out of pocket for them.
Understandable. Okay, I get what you're saying.
The rate went up pretty substantially
Oh,
for unemployment,
love that for everything.
the contribution rate. So is that why you decided to change?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
save money.
Because it's a calculated risk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Going through the rest of this balance.
Same with direct deposit payable. That shouldn't be there. I saw, at least it's been there since September. It could go back for longer than that.
Okay.
Unexpended grants, that's something that's been in there.
Yeah, I've
Or-
had questions on that with every single question. And I remember at one point, it was either you, Ally, or it was Carol, somebody had said that that was money that we had somewhere else. And it kept popping up under unexpended grants.
I think somebody made an entry to put it as a liability. So you get money in from, Joe Blow Foundation. Oh, we're recorded. I should be careful. And
Joe Schmo.
the Mr. Joe Foundation. And, it's a grant for $1,000. You spend 1,000, it's for 1,000, you spend whatever what's my math is bad, $300, 300 and something. And you have 600 left. I think what somebody did in order to keep track of it, I think this was what happened. They created this unexpended grants category and then put the balance there. So it's like, oh, don't forget, we have $632 from Mr. Joe. That was a grant that we need to spend on grant funding. I think that when I looked, went back to 2000 and 18.
Oh, wow. Was that money that we actually have, or is that money that we have no idea if it exists or?
No, I don't know.
It's if it's money that actually exists, it's just in the larger,
Okay.
like we only have,
We have
Two
one
bank accounts.
account
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
use,
So,
checking account, that's it.
yeah, if it's not in that, like,
I'm just imagining like Joe Schmo's check just like floating around.
No, and I'll get you a better
They
answer.
spend part of
for
it,
next-
just don't forget, we'll put this as a category.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
That's my guess, and that's not how you do it. But, but that's my guess. And
Okay.
I'll try to go back and see if I can find any information on that for next time.
I appreciate that.
But, try to clean it up.
We all know about. Yeah. fiber optic.
Same thing, the equity section to me is, like, I don't know why the Vermont Community Foundation is split out for equity. And if it was to be split out, to me, and again, I have not gone back to look through the history of all these.
Mhm.
The balance in that for equity should be what the cash balance is in the account. Like
Okay.
if, I don't, and to have so
Well,
the-
the Vermont Community Foundation is a separate,
Yeah.
it's not in our
And-
bank account.
an account, but I don't know why it has a separate equity line. Not the end of the world. Same thing with fiber optic fund. Why is it have a separate equity line?
So you would put it, what you're trying to say is that you would put it in
Its own little.
assets instead? Is that what, is that?
I just
Sorry,
don't-
I'm just-
I don't know what it is. What does it
So,
represent?
so the Vermont Community Foundation is a, an organization that just,
Yeah, know who they are.
you know, who-
Yeah,
okay,
they're in as an asset.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can,
so why is it in as a?
It's an admin.
equity.
Yeah. Yeah. So what she's trying to say is that it's in there, it doesn't need to be in that.
I don't know why it's
line.
broken out.
Split off into
Um,
equity
yeah.
rather than just staying in
It's
assets.
just like an extra thing, hey, it's in there twice.
And if it
Oh,
was
instead
gonna,
of just being under
Mhm.
assets.
Yes,
yeah, like I don't
Just
quite,
its own line in assets.
I don't,
yeah.
and that's the bank, that's the investment account balance.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what the equity is. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to straighten that out fully. What equity should represent what, if Allison, if you could go down for me, please, so we can look and go to the next page. So, well, net income will be, and okay, budget surplus shouldn't be there either. And
That number's just crazy.
why were we worried about this budget? So, it just should be a number. What equity should represent is just year over year over year over year since QuickBooks started, really since the library started, but it should be whatever net income was and net expenses were, like
Okay.
the difference between those two. That's what equity should be.
Mm.
And in here, in not-for-profit accounting, it's called net assets, as opposed to retained earnings in like a regular business account. But I have a feeling, again, somebody tried to split these different categories out, like courier interlibrary loan grant. There's $26 in that.
Yeah, and we
We did that.
we should have just spent it, or,
Right.
like it should be zero.
And it shouldn't be an
because-
equity account.
No,
I think we had done it like during our time period to keep it because it was looking like this was money that was not like. It was under a different category and it sounded weird how it was worded before.
And there was the grant money. We got that.
So they were trying to separate it out, so it didn't look like, oh, this is the money that we have.
This
in our
is for
budget.
general spending money.
Yes. but
Right.
It's not.
Right, but you don't do it through equity. So as
Equity
time,
is the wrong category.
yes, so as time goes through, I'll sit with Allison and, before the end of the fiscal year, as we have time, we'll work through and try to clean some of these out. I won't change anything until I come back. I don't think there's an issue with me changing it because you've never been audited, like you've never had an auditor come here, sit here at the table, go through invoices
We
and.
just did,
Yeah.
didn't we? We had an audit through the.
Fiscal year.
it's not that wasn't that in depth.
Okay.
Right,
Carol just sent them information.
Yeah.
They didn't come here and sit here and go through.
Okay.
so if the numbers change, I don't think it'll be the end of the world, and I can always talk to Marco about it and tell him I just cleaned up the balance sheet.
Yeah, I don't honestly know if anybody at the town even pays attention.
Yeah, that's what I think it's a good
Yeah.
idea to communicate with Marco. Actually,
for
I
sure.
like the accountability happening there.
I haven't met him, but I'll certainly introduce myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
I think it's worth it because
Is this the end of the world? No.
No.
And it's been like this probably
Right.
for a long
it
time.
needs to be
But-
cleaned up and done differently.
Yeah, you know,
And as someone
I
who,
know Lori, you always have question, like. why
I'm
was that?
so off, well, I'm so awful with numbers in the first place. So having that cleaned up, I think will be really, really helpful because again, when I see a lot of these numbers getting shuffled around, it's always like, why? Why is that happening? Where is this coming from? What?
Yeah.
And I think just having someone, yeah, I know the two of us.
Yeah, so I think if we just clean it up, then there'll
My
be
budget's
there'll be no questions.
I think one of the confusing issues is like this kind of makes it look like we have like 14 different counts out there. And we literally have, like, besides the community foundation, we have two. We have money market and
Do they have a question?
checking.
Yeah, it was worded and in a category before that made it look like it was like extra money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it was
Well, that's what that budget
it's like we
surplus
had,
looks like.
extra money, right? So
That way.
So,
it's different than that. This is.
And
like
I know
we
that
have-
at one point Roger was going to get with Carol and kind of simplify
Mhm.
everything for us. And I feel like that kind of got fizzled out over the summer when we
Yeah.
ended up having to like take a longer break.
Yeah, he was talking about doing that for quite a while.
Yeah.
It just didn't.
I
happen.
mean, if you are
I don't
willing to
wonder
kind
if
of help,
Easy.
right, I won't,
even just having like, it's going to sound silly, but like being like, line this is where it's coming from. You know, like if you were to just be like writing out something like line 305 Vermont Community Foundation, this is money that we are receiving.
Yep.
It goes into this account. You know, just an explanation.
Clear cut.
Yeah.
okay,
Because
Okay.
right now it's like we're seeing these numbers fluctuate. Why? Where is it coming from? Why is it going this
What
way?
are they?
You know, and just having someone like define
Yeah.
what all this is would be.
right. It's gonna
So-
take a little while.
I'm not
to
expecting it to
go
happen.
through.
No, no,
I
no.
don't- I don't
This,
wanna-
this is a long-term project. I'm
Yeah.
not expecting this. Yeah.
I don't want to sit here for like a whole week and.
No,
play budget,
no,
you
no,
know?
no, no, no.
Come on. It sounds like fun.
I don't even do it over lunch even.
And Roger was always talking about trying to make something clearer to understand. So it was like, yes, some money, sometimes it comes out at this point and then other months it doesn't come out and then
Yeah.
it's two times
That's
that
on
month.
the,
That's the budget, right?
Yeah.
that's on the one that,
No, it's when we're reading these, because we're like, why is this number so high? And he's like, well, that's because,
Okay.
you
yeah,
know, last month,
we spend all of the money for the library catalog in 1 month. So like 1,400 bucks come out of one category.
right, so when we're looking at the other,
So-
this one, we're like,
Yeah.
wow, we're at like 100% this
Mhm.
month, you know?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Well, I looked at that this morning. Well, first of all, it took me a little while to find the report that Carol used because I'm used to doing budget over and under. And I'm like, oh, what did she do? But there's a drop down in QuickBooks that gives you remaining dollars and remaining percentage that I didn't even really know that was in QuickBooks Online. So I found the report because I was trying to find what she had used. But, after I looked at it, I was like, okay, well, this makes sense. Do the percentages really add anything? But we're kind of jumping because you might want to do the P&L next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the balance sheet. Alice and I will work on it and I'll talk to Marco and make sure I'm not going to derail any trains by making changes. I can always go up and meet with him and tell him what I'm trying to do.
So then do we want to move on to the
Move
P&L?
on for profit and loss.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You got really excited about profit and loss.
No.
He's like, yes.
Our credit card payment was applied,
Oh,
so
okay.
we can purchase things again.
So maybe
Yes,
jump off
issue.
to that now.
Or, yeah, let's veer
P&L,
slightly, sorry.
not P&L?
Uh,
Yeah.
quick ask before we go to P&L. So
Sure.
I have learned that we have a $5,000 limit on the credit card, which can
when we're
Yeah.
buying computers.
It can get spent down fairly quickly.
Mhm.
So last month, Allison brought the check for the payment to the bank
Mhm.
on time and gave it to the bank.
Yep, and then we got a late fee.
And because the bank, I don't think Community Bank processes it there. It's not as though you were at a major bank. Like
Yeah.
I'll use, Bank of America. I make
Yeah.
a transfer, boom,
Mhm.
30 seconds later, it's applied to my account.
Yeah.
The check for the payment didn't clear until the 29th of September. Given to him on the 14th, check clears on the 29th.
Oh, my God.
Maybe it was a one-off, maybe the bank was having, maybe something happened at the bank, who knows?
Okay.
But Allison spent a lot of time there
A couple times
trying to straighten it out. So a thought, how, and you'd have to approve this, is the credit card can be paid online. So, I can pay it online and then, it would, instead of you signing a check or Roger signing a check, you just have to sign off on a credit card payment. Now, I can do that by email, say, hey, we're almost at the limit. Can I pay this off, or can Allison jump online and pay this off? How do you feel about online payments?
I'm surprised we're not doing it already. I think,
I don't know why that
I
happened
think
with
it's
the,
a good idea. We just need to make sure we print something out so that we put
Yeah.
it in our
Yeah.
monthly.
yeah, as long as we get the
Paperwork.
receipt.
The problem is that neither of us we're not on the credit card account. So
Okay.
I can look at, like I just
Yeah,
did,
I know
I
you
can
have
look
view
at the
access.
balance,
Yeah.
but I can't actually pay it because that would be awful, right? So, like either we have to get permission, one of us has to have permission to do that.
Mhm.
I don't have to
Like
do it.
you or Roger would have to
Mhm.
call, go down there or whatever. and
Go
put-
online.
Yes, put one of us on.
Yeah.
Or they would have to go online.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could give them,
Access to
Yeah,
a full.
I can already spend the money. I just can't.
You can't.
pay
and
the
see it.
Can't do the
It's
part of it, yeah.
it's a little
Little backwards
weird.
I don't know. We have to be careful with that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring it up. And maybe Roger would be willing to like jump online and make an online payment, or you would be willing to jump online if we gave you a heads up, like
Mhm.
we're tapping out, can't pay the cleaners.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that happened last.
That
week.
happened last month.
So, yeah.
Last week.
Last week. We just, like, I went to the bank on Friday, paid the credit card bill and talked to them about, in addition to the fee for not paying it on time, we also were charged $80 for, interest. So they can't do anything about it there. You or Roger has to call FNBO and talk to them and tell them the bank said it was okay to reverse these charges. I can't do it because I'm not on the account. So, and I kept saying to them, well, can't you just print me a page that says like on the 14th, I came in and paid the bill here. And they were like, no, we can't do that. I'm like, well, the money came out of my account.
Yeah.
Like, can't you show when the money came out of my account? Then we looked at the statement, the checking account statement, and it didn't come out until the 29th.
Got that, right?
So like, this
Oh,
is
These are checks the same.
a problem.
My God.
Yeah. Because, a community bank doesn't actually, they partner with FNBO, they do not own our credit. So
I mean,
it's a small bank.
I think considering where we are located, right? We are considered a rural community. Considering that Community Bank does not technically own the credit card, I think we have a bunch of stuff stacked up against us. And if online bill pay is what's going to alleviate these late charges that I've seen come through quite frequently within the last year and a half, I think it's something that we should definitely look at getting their Kyle or Ally on account to pay that.
But with prior approval.
With
Right.
yes.
We've been in this position before.
Yeah, and like the reason we have a credit card now is we never had a credit card before. We had a debit card. We figured that out. It was attached to all of the money at the library. Really high risk, bad idea.
Yeah.
We got this, we changed banks to get to this bank because it's the same bank that the town uses. That's why we were allowed to get a credit card for the library. I don't want to make any mistakes about adding people on.
And I don't, I don't
Um,
need to be added on.
Right.
Like, I'm
I
not,
know,
yeah, I don't want.
but it
any
does make it
sort of
really
liability there.
complicated.
Yes, you know what, actually, Roger is very,
I feel like it should be, send an email to the treasurer and say, we need to make a
Yeah.
payment. But
he's very,
Yeah.
And he's
That-
on the form?
yeah,
And
he
he's-
was
he's allowed
added to all of our accounts.
the
Okay,
treasurer, so.
all right.
So,
So he's like, if I text him, like I texted him on Friday afternoon,
He's
and
pretty
he's in
rapid.
South Carolina, and I said, somebody needs to call FNBO, and he goes, you just have to send me all the information so that I can do that, because
Yeah.
he's not in the area, but he's, he can do an online payment from his
Mhm.
phone wherever he is, so he's pretty responsive, that's the word I'm
Mhm.
looking for.
Okay,
Um,
so.
So I think that
sounds
could
like
be-
it's, we need to do online
yeah,
payment.
and I'm
Yeah.
sure it's
And
probably.
they don't have any, like, you don't have like something that they gave you when you said we're depositing this?
They gave us a receipt. Nobody can find the receipt. Cause it gets like, once we get it, it gets filed. And
You can look for it.
Carol looked for it and couldn't
she
find
did,
it,
okay.
yeah. So, I mean, any piece of paper they give me, I just put in the envelope and give back
mhm.
to Carol, so I don't know, or to Kyle now, so.
And that's what we need to prove that you did.
Yeah,
So would you like me to send an email to Roger and just give him a lay of the land here, and then we can maybe vote on it
Yeah.
next month?
Yes.
Once he's up to speed, because he
Yes.
can say yay or nay, or like, oh, I don't.
I think, I do think it's something that we should vote on with the treasurer here.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something we
Okay.
should, yeah.
and we don't need to assign him tasks.
No.
So we'll,
So can we put that on the next meeting to discuss? How would you write this? Discuss credit card,
online payment for.
online bill pay.
It's probably something he can already do, I don't
Yeah.
know about you.
Well,
Rick.
so. It's two-step verification.
Oh,
I remember having, not being able to do an online payment when I looked at it in the past.
Wow.
And that's why we've been doing the checks. 'Cause there's no click on to make an online payment.
It says
That's
on the
what I remember.
statement,
But-
to make an online payment, and it gives a website thing.
So maybe we're just set up.
Yeah, that could
We-
be.
Yeah, so we'll have to find a way to set it up. I guess.
All right. Right, so that's a little detour,
Okay.
but it just, if we can get the checks out in time, great, but 15 days for them to cash the
That's
check was a
insane.
long time.
And the last time we
Could
had
have been with
the late fee, we had a similar problem. We
Yeah.
mailed them the check and it took like 2 weeks for
Yeah.
them to process it. So it might just be FNBO issue. But that's why we stopped mailing the check and started going to.
Yes, because I'm on the
I know.
video up there right now.
Pain, but we.
There's
come
a view
to-
documents, there's download transactions, there's update credit limit. And there's a more button. When I click on more, it's manage users, request new account, close account, manage alerts, lock and unlock card.
So I-
There's no payment option on it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's-
Well, next time I go into the bank,
Yeah.
or maybe Allison, you go into, they're not
Yeah.
gonna know though.
No, they're gonna say call them.
I can call just ask like, hey, what's the process for getting somebody the capacity to pay the bill online? Because we're not seeing it. They don't have to talk. That's a general question. They should be able to answer me. Not asking to do it. I'm asking them to just tell me how.
And Community Bank was cool with reversing all of those charges. We just have to, somebody just has to call and do it. I didn't have the ability yesterday to write
Mm.
stuff up for Roger. He will call. So it's taken care of.
Right.
Okay. So when I go to manage users, there is like, yours is view only.
Mhm.
There's a drop down that says pay admin, pay and admin,
There we go.
but something I should have access to. Because I'm the one on the account. When I go to Rogers, his says pay and admin. As, permissions,
Yeah.
so. No, why, I don't have access. I'll have to ask him what it looks like for him to see if
Maybe
there's a
he
pay
can make
button.
you a pay, yeah.
I don't know if he has a pay button that I don't have access to.
Yeah, but it'd be good if both of you had it, just so if
Yeah,
he's
that's what I'm
away,
gonna do.
I mean. Good if you both did. So if he's in South Africa or something, we won't have to bother him.
I think we should bother him more.
Okay.
All right.
We don't need to do this during the meeting.
Right. I'll
And
try,
deep
yeah,
dive.
yeah. I'll send him an email, copy you on it.
Yeah, thank you.
Richard. Yeah, and Ally, I'll copy you, so.
Thank you.
All right,
Hi,
all right.
Alice.
All right, so we're going back to.
On to the P and L.
P and L,
P&L.
okay.
Now, there is a document here that if anybody has a question that is called the general ledger. And if anybody has a question, that's all, it's like 12 pages. So there's not one for everybody.
snap. Okay.
But if you have a question like, what's in this category? What is in 5427?
That has been a
That's what you
question.
were saying.
There's
This is-
every
yeah, this is
charge,
exactly
there's
what-
every charge that's been since the beginning of this fiscal year
That is
through
amazing.
October 31st.
Thank you for doing this.
Yep.
This is,
I didn't know if anybody really wanted it, so I
no,
didn't
this is,
want to wait.
this is what I've been
for-
looking for.
Did you send that in an email?
No, because I was like, I just kind of get like maybe.
Definitely send it in the future, please.
Okay,
Yeah, it is very helpful.
so you can see every charge and I could do
Yeah.
just by the month. I did the fiscal year to date here
Yeah.
because never did it, you know.
Yep. Get us caught up.
Yeah, but if you're wondering like, well, what gets booked in books and whatever? Well, office supplies, it's Quill,
That
it's,
would be fantastic.
it's Amazon, it's Staples.
Staples.
Anime Oakley, that's May.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Name.
Right?
Oh my gosh. I was like, who the hell is that? Oh, wait. These are brain. All right.
So they're double-sided.
Yeah.
The pages are numbered though. So there you go. I mean,
Yes. Oh,
if you haven't, you know, and I'll send it out beforehand next time. Okay, cool. So everybody knows what's in
Yep.
the categories.
there's,
Any
I
other
mean,
questions on profit and loss for the moment?
I don't see anything weird. Did you know?
No. I'm
no,
still
this,
looking
this,
at it.
this actually, this profit and loss, I'm gonna be honest, is one of the cleanest ones I've seen in a while. So I appreciate it because I had no questions.
Oh,
So I really,
okay.
that's what I mean by clean, like it's.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. The only thing that's
Understood.
there, and I'll point it out,
Yeah.
is reconciliation discrepancy for $71.08.
Yeah, we've,
That is from a credit card reconciliation. I'll go back and,
Mhm.
and it was something that just didn't get categorized into an.
no,
you
we've
know,
we've had that one on there before.
I hate
That
those.
was- Yeah,
That's like a pet peeve of mine.
okay,
So I'll figure out what it is.
okay, so.
If I
P&L,
can.
We're all good with P and L?
I'm good. Yep.
Good.
Profit and
All
loss.
right. Now,
Now, the one that we all love to hate, budget versus actual.
You know what I'd really like to hear from you all is what those numbers mean to you.
Headaches, that's a good.
She wasn't thinking laughter there.
I look scared, right? No, I mean, that's one way to present it. It's, I don't usually see it presented that way, like in my experience, but it's fine where it has, okay, here's your amount that you spent this month, and here's your budget for this month, which is kind of just 1/12 spread across the year.
yeah,
And then here's how many remaining dollars you're either over or you're short. Usually that's called budget over under, and it's represented a little bit differently, just the way it's represented, but then it's like remaining. Okay, so maybe on the totals column, we have remaining. So to take a line item, for example, you know, budgeted for, is it general?
Yeah.
Budgeted for general, for the month of October would have been 725.
Mhm.
Budgeted was 250.
I'm trying to make it
There, I got it.
bigger.
Yeah,
Okay.
thanks. Brought in 725.
Uh-huh.
So that means we were, to me, in my parlance, that means we were over budget by 475. But then in column P, it's like remaining negative 475. Like, to me, that doesn't,
So confusing.
it doesn't speak to me, like
Right.
accounting jargon wise. And then it's like remaining, well, you're over, so you're over by 190%. Any percentage that's more than 100% loses its meaning for me.
And we've had very similar questions repetitively about this
Yeah.
over the last year plus. Do you have another way that you usually present this to people?
Yes, I do, and I'll mess with it, and then I'll show you some different iterations next time. Or
Oh.
I'll email it out before, and you guys you can say, okay, this makes more sense, this makes absolutely no
Yeah,
sense.
I think that would help
This
a
is
lot, because
just-
this is where we spend a lot of time,
Simplify.
just because we're sitting here and we're like,
Simplify.
but if you
Yeah.
have a way to make this.
I don't think on the monthly, we need like the remaining percentage and
Yeah.
the month is what the month is. I
Mhm.
always look like, okay,
The
year
fiscal
to
year,
date
we're really-
total, where are we at? Okay, so actual, we're under in terms of what we've budgeted for the general, and how many dollars is that? Well, hey, we're only in October. We still have November, December, got 6 months of next year. We're gonna be
Yeah.
over. Like unless something crazy happens. But the other thing that I don't know how to do yet because I haven't been here and been through a budget cycle is that the town appropriation, okay, it came in October. There's a
Mhm.
great big giant number there.
Mhm.
So it looks like the remaining dollars we have to bring in is minus 114. No, that's not what it means because that has to be spread over the rest of
Yeah.
the fiscal year.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think, is there some other way I can present this that makes more sense to you? Or this may make perfect sense.
It doesn't.
Still not. And it's just the way it's been done, and just because something's been done the same way,
Yeah, it
doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah,
So my last library, we did not do this in this way. We only did it, the second half.
Okay, you didn't look at it on a monthly basis, only at where you're at for the
Well,
year.
because the profit and loss statement already says how much
Yeah.
we spent in each category. So they really wanted to look at to see what was remaining to make sure that like, if you see that there is, like, let's see.
Let's go to a spore spot. Let's go to program. Let's go to program expenses.
Oh, thank you. Yes, because that is going to be, that's a negative number. So, programs.
what role does, or what line is that?
316.
316, okay.
So that's negative. So we've already spent, we have negative 9.45% left.
So you've overspent by $566.77.
Yes.
Okay, and we
Right.
know, yeah. Yeah,
Wait, where,
Line
Oh,
five,
programming.
Yeah.
and then over like in column AZ. A. So the bottom line is program expenses are overspent. We know that a bunch of that is
Lines
because
there.
the line dancing. And there was 3 payments of $600 for $1,800.
Mhm.
So we know that that's part of why. So we can explain it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But that's what it is.
yeah. We can look at, we know that a lot of the donations that came in for the year have already been there, but you can't just say, like, I asked Kyle about this. You can't just say like, well, I'm gonna take $1,500 out of the general donations and put it back in that line item because it's
Mhm.
not kosher.
Mhm.
So, we're just gonna be, this is my announcement. It's going to be negative for the rest of the year. I know it hurts my heart too.
Heard, Captain.
But it's gonna be negative. So we,
well, I guess we just have to look through that. So like we have, do you think we have about how much towards it, then we have that much towards the programming?
exactly. So if you go up to the general donations, you'll see that percent remaining is 17% remaining for the rest of the year. So that means that we collected more in donations we collected almost $2,500 in donations already this year. And that's not a time of year that we usually see that sort of donations.
Is it under,
Attribute to
Line
almost,
400.
yeah.
but it doesn't, oh, okay, I see,
So we can
2,000.
attribute most of that to line dancing. At least I'd say $1,500 would be attributed to that.
Okay.
So, when I think about it, I think we still have like $1,500 in programming in my head. And I'm just gonna spend that much money on programming. And
And the other thing I was thinking about last night when I got home is that, if we keep an eye on the numbers, we can always get to net zero. So if there's categories that are underspent,
Mhm.
and you really are concerned, you can still get to net zero for your actuals.
Yeah.
As best you can.
Yeah.
Unless there's an emergency or something. So I don't know where you would cut because I don't know yet, but maybe you buy 5 less books. I don't.
yes, I mean,
Yeah.
we do have wiggle room in that category. That's.
I guess that's the part that's hard for us because you're dealing with it all the time, but we're actually responsible for this. That's our job. And it's hard for us to know when it's said, oh, well, we have a little room here, we'll have room somewhere. And it's like, ooh, that
Like,
makes
do we?
me
We're not
nervous,
interested.
actually.
It's my job too.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, it's, at the end of the year, you're gonna say, our budget was whatever it was, $250,000, let's say. And, as long as we come out net zero at the end of the year, we're good. Like, the town is not going to say, I mean, there might be somebody at town meeting who stands up and says like, oh, you overspent programming by $2,000 this year.
But
That's,
then you have.
Well, that's when we
the
tell them, well,
explanation for it,
everyone
so.
loved
Yeah.
the summer and
Right.
everyone had a great
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
And it
that's
was a great year.
it's actually a great talking point at
Mm.
town meeting.
Or tomorrow night.
Or tomorrow night at the community meeting. So I am less concerned with the individual categories, and I am more concerned with the bottom line.
And I think it's always a work in progress.
I know you're not, but
Well, they all adds up to the bottom line.
Yeah.
It all adds up to the
I
bottom.
think it's a work in progress, so that
Yeah.
as each meeting you say, oh, under, over. Oh, okay, so what do we think here? Do we have to pull back? Or are we
Yeah.
gonna, if we spend more here, it's a discussion and that's.
And then
what
you'll
this
have
is.
explanations for things and we can see
Believe it or
it.
not, I think about it every single day. So should we spend $4,000 on a new table for the office, or
Maybe not.
maybe
Yeah.
not, even though we really, really want it. It's just like at your house, if you want a new coffee table and it's gorgeous, but you have $5 in your checking account, is it responsible?
Said you just buy the coffee.
So if you could clean this up for us to
Yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, let me think about it.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
to go, oh, it's up, it's down, and you could be like, oh, well, it's good because.
How much is left in the total budget?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's the bigger number than,
The big
The month-
picture.
yeah, until
instead
we
of these little pieces.
until we get the budget to a point, if I can get the budget to a point where the lines make more sense. So I know, okay, the appropriation always comes in September.
Mhm.
So that's where it's gonna get budgeted and it's not gonna have this crazy looking, over amount
Yeah.
in October, but I don't know that yet. I don't
Yeah.
know how the spending
Yeah.
flows yet.
I just
But it
think,
is good for us to see.
Yeah.
Over, under, so that we can be like,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
What's going on here?
Yes.
And sometimes it's because there's a reason, there's money been donated, or maybe we're just like, okay, we're done with that right now. We have to. not
Yeah.
Do that anymore.
Or if the general is over by 10,000 and you're gonna be like, hey, like, did you make a mistake? And Allison's saying, no, we had some, we got a bequest from a well and, we got this really great donation. You guys will probably know about that before it really happened. But you know what I mean? But, something like that.
no, I really think just having it cleaned up would, because this is traditionally where we are spending a lot of time because it's,
And that's what I'm
It's-
trying to
yeah.
make it, I'm trying to put it back in its box. So that it's just the highlights that the trustees need to worry about and not all the
yeah,
nitty gritty.
Thank you.
I would really appreciate that. I really,
We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
Thank you.
Honestly, if you can make it simple and dumb it down for me, I will be so happy.
I'll tell you, like, how do you feel about these numbers? We're like,
Well, I'm not sure what story they tell. Like,
Well,
Catherine is like, to me, it tells a story. Like,
Mhm.
it's always like, I'm just weird. I'm an accountant. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like numbers have always spoken to me. So that's why it's like, well, if they don't mean anything, then
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean, I can see what you're saying, where you're saying that the numbers tell a story. It's
Oh,
just,
yeah, for sure.
when you're not trained in it,
Right.
you're looking at it and you're
Agreed.
going, okay,
Mhm.
I have to build that story.
But
And
they
so-
should tell you a story too.
and that's what I'm saying is I'm so happy that you're here and you're willing to help simplify that, because
Right.
that's.
It may
gonna
never
help us so
be
much.
like, oh, okay, like,
Oh, yeah.
I really love this now and I get it. But it should be that you can kind of pick out the story.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, onward.
So I don't have any questions on it because, again,
Like, I have a question actually. So like when did the annual, when does it start? So like we're looking at salaries, like are we where we're supposed to be?
You're under.
We're
Yeah.
under?
Alice is not working full 40 and I think Kendra.
Because we're at,
That's
it
how-
starts at the end
Yeah.
of July or the beginning of July?
July 1st to
July 1st,
So
yeah.
July is September, October. But this isn't including November, right?
No,
So it's 4 months, so.
it's estimated to be under for this month as well.
How,
I didn't look.
I say probably under, because it's
Okay.
not.
is it like for salaries, we've done 4 months and it says we have 58% remaining, so that doesn't sound like.
Yeah, see, that's why that percentage is weird to me. So if you look, you see that salaries, are budgeted at, that they're budgeted at what, 10, 8, 21?
Yeah.
But you only, so far, year to date, well, if we, month to date,
Oh,
we
for the
spent,
month.
yeah, 9,757 so you're under by 1,000.
So I'm looking at the yearly, it's 120.
Yeah.
By 5.
Because
With-
Kendra works twice as much in the summer as she
Okay.
does.
Okay, so
every
this is
other
great
time of year.
discussion for us, because like, I don't know that, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at that going, I don't know,
Yeah.
actually.
That makes sense.
She
You
puts
know.
in,
July and August just more
a
time.
couple of
Oh,
months ago, I
geez.
gave you the
Thank
spreadsheets about like how many hours altogether they're actually. So they, over the year, they actually work less than they're budgeted for, but.
We also did a raise, a 3% raise that
In-
started in January.
No, it started July
Nice.
1st.
Oh, it did?
Okay.
Oh, okay,
So it is
Fiscal-
aligned with
the
the fiscal year.
Yes.
Okay,
okay.
that was a question we had.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yes.
Yeah. And they got their retro pay. I made it work. Because they didn't get paid.
Yeah, 'cause
Like,
it didn't actually kick in on July 1st.
Okay.
it
So,
wa-
yeah,
it was,
It wasn't
Some
automatic.
format of showing that to us, the over under, and then, like you said, it's a discussion,
Mhm.
so.
to me, that's the trustee function, is to look and notice, like, this looks totally whack, like,
Mhm.
what happened? And,
Yeah.
and there should be an explanation,
Right,
but
exactly.
All right.
I'm ready to move on from there.
yes.
Me too.
All right, do we have a town
We
list?
do not have a town wish list, and can I did, this month I did I worked on 2 policies. I did, evaluations.
Sure.
We're having our community meeting for strategic planning on Wednesday.
Do we want to push that to February or something?
Yes, but I also will revisit it when we talk about my, because I do have
Okay.
some
Will
information.
this affect, when we say town wish list of things that we want done, affect the town budget, though, that they need to budget for as well?
They already have a capital fund for this building.
How much is it?
No clue. I
Okay.
you have to look in the,
I will. Please. You're okay with that?
annual report, probably.
All right. So you want that, we want to push that to February, January,
We can push it to,
December?
well, I'll talk more about it when we go to my report.
All right, we'll come back to that later. Policy review.
So at last month's meeting, we, tabled 2 policies.
Yep.
Oh, and I didn't print them out. So, but I did open them up here so that we could look at them. So the behavioral policy was the first one, and I did contact a lawyer and ask him about the inclusion of marijuana. So he suggested the language in the line item number 2 that we had the question about. So it's being under the influence of selling, using, or being in the possession of drugs, marijuana, or alcohol is not allowed on library grounds. Alcoholic beverages may be consumed only at licensed events with prior licensing approval. Vaping and the use of tobacco or marijuana products are not permitted on library grounds. So basically
much
what we did was
clearer.
just insert the word marijuana.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that clarifies
Yeah.
what we were discussing
Yeah.
last meeting. Yeah.
So, yeah, he said it wasn't even really necessary, but it doesn't hurt to be more specific
Yeah.
in that manner. So if anybody should want to approve that.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion because that was what we needed
That was
to
the
have
only
amended.
clarification.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion to have the behavioral rules of conduct approved as written.
I second it.
Favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
Right. And then the next one was the closure guidelines. And I have that here. So it's very much along the same lines as the first one we did talk about at the last meeting. It's not necessarily a policy, they're just guidelines. So in the case of a weather event, the best judgment of the library director and the vice chair of the board of trustees will be used to determine whether a closure of the library is appropriate. So reasons for closing include, but are not limited to, lack of electricity, water, or heat for more than 1 hour, because we've had all 3 of those happen in the last year. And then the second one is hazardous road conditions, especially ice and snow, vice versa. Because the library is an essential public service, all efforts to keep the library schedule will be taken. The library may be a place of refuge for community members whose power, heat, internet connection, or water. When road conditions do not allow for safe travels, library staff will be compensated for their normally scheduled hours. That's the biggest change. The decision to close will be made by the library director and the vice chair of the board of trustees. All closures will be advertised in an unscheduled newsletter on Facebook and on the library website. So it keeps a lot of the essence of the first one with being just a little more.
Did you shift it from a policy? Did you shift it from policy to guidelines?
I don't know if it was ever called a policy.
Okay.
Per se.
I don't think I had a title.
Yeah, I
assigned
think
to
it was closure guidelines.
I appreciate that because guidelines gives a little bit more flexibility legally than policy.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and it's also, if somebody says, well, you closed and
the roads are fine.
yeah, the roads were fine. Well, yeah, the roads were fine, but we didn't have any electricity.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the amendment you made there with the staff compensation that you mentioned guidelines.
Okay, on to motion to approve.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kyle.
Motion to approve it as amended and written were the closure guidelines.
I'll second. All in favor?
It is, but we're
Aye.
having our trustee meeting too. Knitting usually happens.
Motion to,
All in favor?
All those in favor?
Yeah.
Richard seconded.
Yeah.
Well, I showed up, Kathy.
We normally don't meet this time if it's a special time this month. So,
Hey,
sorry.
I won't tell you how I run.
Yeah.
I won't tell you how I look forward to this.
You can sit in here and knit while we meet.
Yeah.
And listen to
That's
this.
the problem. I don't know how.
Oh.
Patience hope.
Dan? We're done your vote.
Aye. Confusion for a second there. I was like, what are we doing?
About knitting.
All right, policies are good.
You have a book.
Strategic plan is next.
So we've been meeting every month for the strategic plan, the planning board, whatever it's called. We've been meeting the first Wednesday of the month. It's going really well. It's hustling right along. We are having our community, as aforementioned, we're having our community meeting tomorrow night. If you know anybody who is interested in going, there's space available. We did have a pretty good response. I think we've got about 30 to 35 people
Do it at the town hall.
at the town hall. Dinners included. And Tracy Bartlett and Mike Porter are going to be the facilitators for the meeting.
Could
So-
you give us a little background? Because we've been part of the process, but not the meeting with Mike and Tracy
Yes.
on how how it'll go,
Okay.
how it'll run.
So there's 10 topics.
Okay.
So it's a 2 hour long meeting. It's from 6 to 8.
Okay.
And it is so at 6:30 we're having dinner. They're going to eat dinner while they talk because of the 10 items. They're going to, it would be another hour if you ate.
Time
Like,
constraints.
yeah, we don't want to keep people there all night. So there's 10 topics and they're all community focused. They're not library focused, which is a new take. It's not a new take. It's like 15 years they've been doing it this way. Just old enough that it feels new. But they ask more about what you want, the change you want to see in your community. So
When you say they, you mean the
the
facilitators?
facilitators, yeah. And the way it'll work is that for most of the questions, they'll ask the question. Like one of the questions is, what do you think the biggest issue in our community is right now? And people will have sticky notes and there'll be some of those large staples, sticky notepads, sheets around the room. And for every topic, you write down, like, I think childcare is the biggest issue right now. I think lack of housing is the biggest issue right now. And they'll go around, people will put them on that sheet. And then once everybody's had a chance to put their Post-it note up, they discuss what the topics are. Like, okay, we see that like 5 of you have said childcare and 2 of you have said housing. And like, so they are going to essentially narrow down what people think are the biggest issues and then move to asking more specific questions about those issues. And in the end, what we're really finding out is what the community needs. And that is a way for us to model our strategic plan around. So if the community needs more childcare, then, we should offer more
Events.
half day events. We should offer more after school programs. Is there a way we can work with, like, we're already working with the school to do after school? Like, is there a way to offer an after school program more often? Does that mean like getting the funding for Kendra to work more hours so she can do that more often? Like, it's just like that's the guidelines. So, and then at the end, they'll get a sheet of paper asking them specific questions about the library. And there'll be a QR code and we'll ask them to, like, at their leisure, fill that out. So they can do it online or they can do it on the piece of paper, depending on their technology.
So that's
preferences.
after it's all over, they have a QR code to fill out about the library?
Yes, yeah. And the questions are very, are a lot of repetitive from the survey that we did 2 years ago. So if we don't get a huge turnout for that, it's not going to be the end of the world because we already kind of know the answers to a lot of them. But it'll be interesting enough just to see, like, I'm really interested in the people who say they don't use the library and why they don't use the library. So we're trying to do that in lieu of having a second community meeting because that's what we would be talking about. So, and if we have people who are interested in meeting again to talk about those things, that's going to be one of the, at the end, you can fill out a thing saying, I would love to come back to the library and talk about my issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the format. It's actually like, it's the PLA approved format. book how to do it. And so that's what it's modeled after. So, yeah, and then we met and we talked about a new mission statement. We threw around ideas for that. Hopefully we'll approve a new mission statement at the next meeting. We're going to have a staff meeting to talk about library values, which is also something that needs to happen. And then and we'll do some, I've got to sit down and do some like community research about like statistical research on the town of Dover and how that will apply into. So it's a process, but we're kind of just in the information gathering stage right now. And you know, trying to check off the little things like the mission statement and there's a mission statement, a vision statement, and a value statement. The mission statement is what do you want the library to be like? The vision statement is if those changes occur at the library, what will the library look like? And the value statement is it's more internal. It's like what are the values of the library and the library staff? What
That's
is
the culture of the library stuff.
exactly? Yes, thank you.
Okay.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. So that's where we're at.
Great.
Doubling away.
And you're gonna get
That was a great update. Thank you.
all of that done
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
After you finish cooking everything?
Yeah.
What's the time frame for this? Because we have this thing tomorrow night
Yeah,
and then we have another meeting.
on the first, yeah,
Yep.
on the first week of the first Wednesday of December. So,
Yeah. Well, knitting, I don't know. Worry. But never bit for here.
so yeah, I think a few more months. It's a lot of behind the scenes work right now, just kind of muddling through all of the information that comes in, all of those statistics and information gathering.
When is the next meeting? I'm sorry for the,
I think it's
us.
December 3rd
Q.
for the strategic planning,
Strategic plan, yeah.
Yes.
December 3rd at 4:30.
Any other questions on the strategic plan?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think this was the best update we've had so
Yeah.
far. I love it.
Okay, and then, so,
All right, move on to new business. The fiscal year budget.
Fun.
Okay. Vegetarian food
yes,
tomorrow night.
there's vegetarian food, there's vegan food, there's gluten-free food,
Ooh, wow.
there's
Okay.
Wow.
coffee. I don't-
An apple for everyone.
Yeah, everybody gets an
Dairy
apple.
free? It's already dairy free?
Yes, the vegan is
Okay.
dairy free. Yeah, and there's vegan butternut squash soup and salad
Mm.
vegan. So, I'm sorry, it's not more, but
Bless you.
the vegetable, there's minestrone soup, which has pasta in it. So it's Shaw's pasta. I don't know how it's made. It's made with
Probably
eggs.
vegan.
It's not vegan, but it's very, very close. I'm trying my damnedest here.
Almost vegan
Yeah.
minister.
Very close to vegan.
And
It's not,
gluten free, that one soup is, right?
the butternut squash is
Squash.
gluten-free, the salad is gluten-free. There's gluten-free brownies.
Wow. Okay, great.
My family was very excited. I was making brownies last night when they got home, and then I was like, you can't have
Like,
it. So here's the proposed budget.
And there was no help in town?
There was really nothing, like, it was a very small thing. Nobody was really interested in jumping off on it. And
Because
so,
you had, one mountain.
yeah,
For the ferry,
it
for that
wasn't.
drag queen.
of
I
course,
didn't,
no.
I was like, well, I don't want like just big trays of mac and cheese
Yeah.
and pulled pork and stuff. It didn't seem, wasn't inclusive enough for everybody. So I'd rather have like, 5 or 6 little things. Be like, I'm almost done with everything and I just haven't made the chocolate chip cookies yet because I want to make chocolate chip cookies. But
Personal
those-
preference.
yeah. Everything, it took me a couple hours last night. You know,
Okay, all right,
and it was
great.
pretty cheap.
Okay, as long as you're not stressed by it, then,
No, I'm a little tired today, but
yeah. Okay,
that's more indicative of just my personal life. Myself.
All right, let's go over this
Yeah.
proposed.
Okay, so Richard and I met about it last week. Roger wasn't able to be there because he is away. I do have to send this to him still. So in the top, in the income portion in the top, the one real change that we have is that I just lowered the amount of donations that we expect because of the economy.
The way it is.
But all nonprofits are just, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't put it up there, Kathy.
Well, I
so it
have
was
right here.
3,000 last year, we're saying 1,000 this year?
Yeah,
Okay.
all nonprofits are seeing a,
Decline in donations, so.
yeah, pretty dramatic drop.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's one of those things, like, if we get extra, that would be so exciting, and we can put it towards something really cool. Can go back to the community. So that's pretty much the biggest drop in income. That's the only real change in income.
Okay.
In the grants one is lower just because of that fiber optic grant. We're spending it out. It was a one-time grant. We're spending it out about, it's the second
Oh, no.
or a 9.
Oh, that's underneath there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. That was the
We're
first
spending
one.
about $1,000 a year. Maybe 1,500 in telecommunications. But if the price goes up, we might be spending more. The career grant is due to stay the same amount this year. And I also included in my report that we were really concerned about the summer performer grant, and it's only $300, but we were a little worried that we would lose that with the federal funding.
Mm.
The state librarian informed us that it is not in fact federally funded. It's state funded, so
Yeah,
we're
now
not
that you're-
going to lose that.
your
at any
report.
point.
And that reading program one, that's just kind of a done deal for right now, right? The one with Richard. We didn't have funding for it
Oh,
this summer,
Yeah, no, they
just
There's
canceled.
no
it.
putting
Yeah.
in.
canceled it in the fall. They gave away all the books, so the reading discussion books that we,
But they said they couldn't even get to because nobody was in the building.
yes, they had.
What?
In
Wow.
other words, they're not gonna do the
They're
program.
not going to do it
Where did they
anymore.
give us all the books? That's
They gave them
ridiculous.
away to libraries, but
No more humanities, huh?
no. Well, the Humanities Council will exist, just not
But a
that
different
program.
form.
So we did get, we managed to do a Humanities Council reading program, but
right.
it just wasn't the same.
Is that the one state book?
Oh, no.
No,
that-
okay.
Yeah, that's,
Frustrating. So we could have had the books to do the readings this summer if they had
if they had
given them away
Came
then.
out earlier.
gotten their act together.
Right. Okay.
Tight lip smile. Mm-hmm.
But you know what?
It's like, okay, let's keep it going.
And the books were not even like, they were very expensive and hard to obtain, but like also we would have had to pay Richard too.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I looked at you like you were crazy. I thought you were
Crazy.
talking about, no, Diane, I thought you were talking about Richard doing a reading program.
Oh.
That Richard, and I was like, what reading program was that?
Can I read to them? I can do it.
Yeah. You're hot, Erin. The expenses, the jump in salaries. If you go to the second page in your spreadsheet, I'll tab over to that myself here. It's a comparison of last year's or this year's salaries as opposed to the proposed.
Okay.
So what we learned is that the state median income for library staff is $21.73 or something like that. For, experienced employees.
Mhm.
And so this year, Kendra and Alice are making $19 an hour, $19.10. So we are proposing that in order to make it a more equalized, that we would bump it up $21 an hour, which is still under the state median, but hell of a lot closer to a livable wage.
That's good. And the benefits, did you look into that compared to other, they're good, right?
Good benefits.
Yeah.
It really depends
Yeah.
on the library in the state, because we do have a large portion of incorporated libraries that are private, like 501(c)(3)s. Some of them might have municipal, their employees might be considered municipal and get municipal benefits. Some libraries are municipal and the staff doesn't get municipal benefits, right? So there's a really wide variation of benefit wages. I have to say, if you change the benefit package, I'd probably looking for another job. I think that might be true of another staff member as well. So that, I think that's a big, I don't think we can really consider that as part of this. That makes sense, because it is so difficult.
Right. I guess I just want to acknowledge that there are good benefits, and that is part of employment.
Yeah.
And that Dover, I think the town and
Yeah.
this library offers.
Oh, yes, I think Dover has excellent benefits.
Yes.
The reasons I work here.
Yeah.
So I just also see a situation where, we're getting all this feedback. The library's doing great things. Everything is wonderful here. If we continue to underpay our staff, we will lose our staff.
And Ellis graduates with this MLS.
Yes. So he, like I said before, he will be, he is already capable of being a director in a state. Like, if I left tomorrow and he hadn't finished his MLS, I would still say, hire him, for God's sakes, he's awesome. So he's perfectly capable of having a job.
Yeah. Part of the way I see it too is like, we do not have bottom of the barrel staff. They should not be getting bottom of the barrel pay.
Yeah,
Yeah. agree.
I'm 100%. I mean,
Me too.
for
In a way, I
me,
think that I'm not, I'm just like,
Okay. I just want, I want to put out there that, I can't do my job if I don't have Stu,
yeah,
because those two are what make me able to do what I'm doing. And I still, they argue with me, and I still say that if I left tomorrow, the library would still be amazing. Without. We keep them. That's what makes the library amazing. The people out there don't interact with me. They don't care about me. They see me and, oh, where's Ellis?
Yeah. Always want to text you.
There's always the exception, right?
Yeah, I do have many visitors, but it's so funny. I say Ellis has a little harem, because he has like a group of older ladies that let him come in and see.
oh my God. That's hilarious.
Can I ask a question about this? So we're looking at this raise, but then this is where I'm like, oh, I don't totally understand all of it sometimes. Will there then be another raise that comes like with the town?
No, no cost of living raise. this
Okay.
year. This is it's a bigger jump. Except for me.
Yeah.
The cost of living raise for me, hopefully. But yeah, for the two of them, it would be this salary increase. And this wouldn't be until
July 1st.
July 1st. Start now.
Okay, so that we don't have to budget, it's budget, we will be budgeting it for next year.
Yes,
And we don't
exactly.
have to budget even more because of a cost of living. Okay.
No.
Thank you.
So that brings that, I also did budget in $1,500 for Janet. I don't know if everybody heard Patsy Bemis, who was the acting librarian at her school, fell and broke her leg.
Oh,
So
Hear about that?
she
We just saw her Friday.
yeah. I was just about to say, I just saw her last week.
yeah, so she is
really?
out for a while.
Oh my God.
And Janet is there. She's the new librarian there for
Mhm.
now. And she's the new acting school librarian. So we
Okay.
might not even have a whole lot of Janet access. And she is also working on her qualifications to be a school librarian. So
Okay.
in the fall, we might never see her again, but
But we have money budgeted in case we need to train someone else to step in.
exactly,
Okay.
we have money for it.
Great.
For a substitute. Or an extra, she was essential at that half day thing. We couldn't have done that without her.
Yeah.
So especially when the kids started acting up, she'd come out and go, everybody needs to stop that right now.
Mhm.
They're not threatened by Kendra and I anymore. They know
Mhm.
us too well. So going back to the first page, with that bump in salary comes a bump in retirement and payroll tax. The health insurance is what the town gave us.
Sticking with the silver plan.
It's not that much of an increase this year, which they're very excited about. Next year it might be. Looks like next year is gonna be a big bump. Workman's comp insurance is the only
Wait,
number.
next year, when next year for the health insurance?
So Blue Cross is on a calendar.
Okay.
So.
Of course, they're
it
starting
could-
in January.
Starting in January. So it could,
Classic.
not, so the insurance rate will go up in January and then we will equal it in July.
We have to see what we have for budget for those.
But Kendra is not actively using it, so we do have the money in there for that bump.
From
Not-
her, from
From
the,
her lack of use.
Yes, because she does not
Oh,
use
right.
that benefit.
right,
Um,
Okay.
so we have that money. And then, so we'll be able to hang 6 months until our budget kicks in. Why is it?
Okay.
Workman's comp is the only one that I haven't gotten yet. That's the one I said that I'm waiting on Marco and Jeanette to get back to me on it. It hasn't changed a lot in the last couple of years. It's been pretty stable. So I just level funded it. I think last year we budgeted. The year before we budgeted like like 1,000 or something like that, $1,090. So a couple of years, it's only gone up like $20.
Austin, does unemployment go away?
We still have to pay it to unemployment when we're not using it.
yes.
What unemployment is that?
It's like unemployment insurance. So we pay
In case someone
in case, yeah,
becomes unemployed.
But you guys went to a different,
we did, but this is,
That is the cheaper rate
yeah,
of what we were paying before.
this is way cheaper than the one.
well, I can talk to you
We're
about
paying
that.
the VLTC.
Oh, VLCT, okay,
Yes.
okay, Vermont League of Students, okay, I was like, what the, okay.
Right.
So telephone and internet, it might increase, who knows? But at the moment, we've been pretty steady at 1,500-ish a year. Books and materials level funded, because we bumped that last year. I did throw in an extra 250 for library and office supplies because everything is just ridiculously more expensive. However, I decreased staff development by 500. So there's no major conferences scheduled in the area this fiscal year.
There'll be some conferences, but not,
Yeah, like the Vermont conference, NELA might happen, New England Library Association, but they haven't released yet where that year's is going to be. I was very tempted to go to Portland, Maine, to the one last year, but I did not. We got to keep that down. So, yeah, once we find out, we might go, but that's the only reason why I kept 1,500 in there. Equipment and furnishings level, online services level, Shipping
And
and,
online's not gonna go up the,
I mean, it might,
is that that's the,
online service,
interlibrary? No,
no.
no, oh, sorry.
Our catalog, our,
Oh,
like Amazon Prime, the newsletter. No, I take that back. The newsletter's under public relations. Adobe, the cost for our website hosting, all of those, the things
got it,
are in
thank you.
there. Shipping and postage, I bumped because spent that much last year. We went over budget last year. And this is the number we're kind of on track to go this year, and I'm sure postage will get nothing but more expensive.
Yes.
But post office is pretty good about that. Cleaning, I've level funded because we bumped it last year in case of an increase, and an increase hasn't happened yet. So, membership dues did go up, $25 last year. We were over budget $25 last year. I was very mad. So I added an extra $25 this year so we can make sure we cover it all. The programs, I went up. That's where only thing that really saw an increase besides postage. And I added in an extra $2,000 because there are things that we are not doing right now that we could do. For example, you guys all see the Franken,
The Franking Kid thing.
the
Yeah.
Franken toy program that we
Yeah.
did. So Carolina Alvarado, who is a local artist, and teacher, came in and did a workshop with the kids, and they made these terrifying, like, doll head
It was
creations.
very Toy Story Sid-esque.
Yeah, it was fantastic and terrifying. And
That's
she
awesome.
wants to continue working with us. She's just expensive and we can't
Yeah.
afford her, but if we
Really
could,
shows you how these kids think.
yes. If we had an extra $2,000, we could have her come on a half day again. So.
or
that-
other things. I mean, there's
I mean,
so many
there's
options.
million things
Yeah,
we could do.
yeah.
Next year, we're doing, next year is, dinosaurs, and Kendra has like 3,000 ideas for dinosaurs. We're already,
It may be more adult stuff. I mean, like,
Yeah.
the dancing was so
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah.
people are coming in and going, why are we not doing line dancing? I'm like, the woman has a newborn, give her a break.
Yeah.
But she's excited about coming back. We're also, the yoga has been doing really well on Friday mornings. And Ryan Hill, who has been a yoga instructor here the last 2 years, is coming back for the winter again, and he's reached out to me. So I'm hoping we can.
That's my question though, like, but like budget, do we have the money?
I said to him, like, we might be a little short, and he said, okay, let me know. So I'm not getting a break on that, but I'm gonna look at it and see what we can do
Yeah.
with him.
Um, Maybe it starts a month later, or I don't know.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
you take donations?
we do. Yeah,
Yeah.
for yoga, we pay them $30 a class, which is
That's something.
nothing. Yeah. So that's why we ask people to donate to the instructor for
Some
that
people
one.
do, some people don't.
Yeah. As opposed to line.
Yeah,
dancing,
that's
where
how
we
it is
ask-
in Whitingham too.
Yeah. For line dancing, we take in the donations ourselves
Yeah.
instead of giving her a discount because that's the way she prefers it. Understand. So, yeah, so there are a lot, the moral of the story is there's a lot
Yeah.
more we can do. So it's what we could do. Public relations, the same, copier expense.
What is public relations money?
What?
What is that money spent on
Oh,
again?
we spent on the newsletter, on that software,
Ads.
the ads in the newspaper. We can boost stuff on Facebook.
Do you?
We don't right now, but we can. We have the money this year to do it. Last year I was not sure if we were gonna have the money or not for it. So I got the hiccups all of a sudden. We are just working on, marketing when that would be a good idea. I think we'll probably run one for Santa. Let's see, and then, I'm sorry, Kyle, one for you.
No, I was looking at it here. That's, yeah.
Copier is the same, bottled water is the same. I mean, there was talk of our well being installed this fall, and then they decided they needed to do more environmental testing of the soil around the building. So if that
Where
got,
are we? I'm sorry.
we're at,
Bottled water.
Okay,
yeah,
Talking about getting the,
okay.
yeah. So hopefully at some point we no longer have to purchase bottled water, but till then, until the state gets their act together.
do we have any proposed timeline with that at all?
No. So like I said, they just, every once in a while, they're like, hey, guess what? This might happen. And then they're like, no, just kidding. So that's,
Love that.
yeah, it's great
So
for me.
fun.
And they don't talk, like, all of those people don't talk to me. I'm reliant on the town talking to me
Oh.
about, like Jeanette giving me a heads up, like, hey, engineers are gonna come. Sometimes I get that heads up like 15 minutes before. Sometimes I get the heads up when they show up. So it depends.
Okay.
I don't always know the answer to those questions. And I think the town guys are pretty sick and tired of me asking. But know anything. Professional services level funding. Trustee services level funding. I know you guys love these long meetings, so you can rack in the $15 an hour. Miscellaneous level, coffee bar level. We're doing a lot of the coffee bar now, it's just cash.
Remind me what professional services are.
Lawyer
And
And the lawyer.
or Cal,
Yeah.
sorry.
Can I go back to something that health and disability, did we increase that enough?
That is what the
That's-
town
yeah,
told us.
Based off of the town's numbers.
Okay. Seemed much,
Which,
considering we've been talking, I'm like, is this real? Cause
Yeah.
everyone's saying,
No, it's only a couple percentage points for this year, but it looks like because it's gonna be low this year, it looks like they're probably gonna jack it up next year.
Darn.
Just remember that you said it doesn't look like much this year.
I'm like, or is it gonna, they're then gonna bump it in January and we need more than this, you know?
No, this is the bump in this
It
year.
is?
This is what January 1st is going to be.
great.
There you go. Okay, so
right.
does anybody have any other?
Thing I'd like to talk to you offline about is that HRA expense. I know what it is, the health reimbursement. I don't think anybody's used it. And so it's a big line item number. And I just want, like, for my own edification, like if nobody spends the money, like
Rolls over.
you gotta roll it over, but then how much money now is in this HRA?
Well, the surplus at the end.
But it's like we can,
I know
I
this
just-
year we used the money from the previous year to do the painting.
Yeah,
oh, so you did use it. It just
Yeah.
doesn't sit there and,
yeah,
It's
No.
not just growing and growing. and growing.
yeah, that's what I was.
It has sat before.
Yeah.
a little
Not-
bit that is
yeah,
sitting,
I don't
but
know about before. but those-
Okay, okay.
That before.
Then I can go back and look.
And then we,
Yeah, I'm just like, that's a
we've
big
moved
number.
some of it
Yeah.
in the past to decrease what we were asking for.
Mhm.
We have done that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, we.
Also, the town bills us for that. So just because you haven't seen it get billed yet this year doesn't mean it's not going. Cause like, I know I definitely have used
Okay,
HRA money.
okay,
Why have we not seen that yet?
Because treasurer sends us a bill.
yeah.
It's his win.
Like, how far off are we from this?
That's a very good question.
Okay, all right,
Sometimes we get it every couple of months, sometimes we get it quarterly, sometimes
okay.
the end of the year.
Is that something we want to ask the town, hey, can we have just like once a quarter or once a month?
Carol did
I've
ask.
Done that, all right.
Can I ask a question? Why did we go up in that then?
In
Just
the
because it's in
HRA,
line with the health insurance
because that's what the town gave us. That's the town.
number that they said?
Yep, that's it, that has no wiggle room. The Okay,
Taxes.
yeah, like a lot of that stuff in the top there is all
Tied to
just
the
like
town.
what the town pays, so that's what we pay. Or at least that's how it's always been.
Yeah, questions, concerns, comments, or how does everyone feel about it?
Feeling pretty good about it. I mean, I was expecting honestly more because of the way that the world is right now. So I'm very happy with this because I was expecting to come in here and looking at like 350.
Yeah.
You know, I was honestly gonna be like, oh, so this I'm like, oh, okay.
So what's the deficit or surplus? Like what income minus expenses? What's that number?
Right.
Oh, yeah, so, sorry, down further.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you know what? I might not have, I didn't finish populating it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
If
Sorry.
it's on your sheets, it's wrong.
Okay.
Whatever's on your sheet is wrong.
Okay, so I can do the math.
Oh. Yeah, this part right here
Yeah.
where total budget, don't look at that. So 289,201 is the total budget. Other income at the top,
That was from previous year though,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, so 10,
So should some of that HRA go back?
That's what we did last year, right? Didn't we drop our appropriation request a little bit because of whatever we had left over.
sorry, I'm just trying to get this formula to work before my brain switches over to. Oh, what? Oh, this formula is terrible.
Did you already do that or no?
You're doing the math.
So, no, I hadn't done the math on this.
Those
That,
those
Just-
appropriation request was 278. 601. Remath it.
yeah. Oh, you know what? I took it from last year. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really off. Oh,
So what do you have for total income up the top?
total income is 10,600. That is correct. It's this number right here that's off. 305,342. Oh, the appropriation request is still under 300,000.
Oh, I see, because you're taking out the health and surplus.
Well,
Okay.
the other income is the donations. And
Okay, okay.
and health surplus has nothing populated in it.
Got
right
it,
now.
got it, got
Last
it.
year we did not. Yeah,
We did. That's what he just said. He thinks
let me,
so.
you know what? I
Okay.
have,
It
Got it.
feels like if we can, we should. You know, I know we've had other unexpected expenses this year with the computers,
that's what I,
which we should be careful of budgeting for in the future. It should be in our budget I don't know how you could do that, but have an alert like
Prediction.
I don't know how often. I don't know. I really don't with computers. Every
Allison,
4 years, we need to update.
Jeanette got back to you on the. So you want to do it now on the workers' comp?
where?
See on don't worry about it now, but she did, it looks like she got back to you.
Was it last
No,
year?
it was just, that she was.
Oh, she was gonna look for it.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Sometimes I keep them new, so I can.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Go back and revisit it if I need to.
Um,
Uh,
last year.
I'm sorry, my brain just shut down.
Last year we did.
No, so but you have to ask the town. So you have your budget, you have your other income, you just ask the town to plug the
That
difference.
lower it, right?
And usually they do.
Last year we asked for 250,000.
I thought it was the 274.
Yeah, no, last year we asked, or I can tell you, because I have an email from Marco.
I don't know, actually.
I think it was 270.
Because I asked for dollars too much. The total appropriation is 269,701.
what we're asking for this year,
That was,
last year.
this fiscal year that we are in right now.
That's what we were budgeted and voted on.
That's what the town has.
I think it was the 274 that we have on here minus 5,000. That was up later, right? So it was, we got to the 269.
So let me pull up my budget worksheet from last year.
That's for this year, you're saying?
Yeah, the one that we're currently in.
Oh, no, I pulled up the wrong.
It's just the other tab with no, you sent me, right?
Yeah, I fooled around with mine. Sorry. I sent out one to, I think I sent it to everybody, right? For with my report. The budget worksheet.
I don't,
Did I forget?
yeah,
I
I
apologize.
don't remember getting that.
No.
So I played with mine, so.
Yeah.
So we asked for, yeah, we.
So that's this year, yeah, so what did, oh,
So last year,
Town meeting book, so they're in there.
yeah. Well, no, Marco, that's the number Marco told me that.
what was it again?
69 or something was in
No one, 269.
Oh,
$5,000 difference from what this.
We got,
137
two-
in the bank.
how did
Yeah,
we
it
get the
was-
270?
So should it
I
be
asked
double
for the
that?
wrong amount. It's be
5,000.
double
came from the
134.
HRs.
Oh, okay,
From where?
okay.
For the HRA.
And I asked him for, I think I asked him for the benefits.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
Okay. It's for
Yeah.
their real five. That's expenses.
Say I'll send you the right amount.
I don't understand. But it's not in there.
So is let's see, is the executive session that's on the bottom here, is that what happened
Yeah.
at the beginning? So
beginning.
this is done, okay.
Yeah, they were kind of time confused.
Yeah, well, I know Roger wanted to jump in.
So. Sorry, I'm a little lost again. I think I need clarification on what we are expecting for our budget minus what we have for other income and health surplus, and then what our final ask is this year.
Okay, so it looks like last year. We must have asked for.
I think they're all over there.
I mean, all the,
Yes, sure.
I'm just pulling up all the stuff from last year, and it just didn't have a.
So we get the total budget minus our total income will be 294,742.
So the 305, 342 minus,
Minus our income,
which is the,
10,600.
where's the 10,600?
Okay, hold on, you're Diane, you're looking at that and it's not the right thing to look at.
Oh, thank
I
you.
was just trying to I was working on the math from last year, because it must have gotten deleted at some point. So last year, what we did was we took the total budget, we subtracted the other income, which is, the general donations. And then we subtracted $5,000 from the health surplus, which ended us with the 269,7. So if we go back and do something similar here, give me 2 minutes to just get this formula.
Sorry, number.
Just doing that sum and then that bottom.
This is
On that, right? Give her a minute to finish.
just asking what Even look at any of this?
Is that what,
Is that the number of the budget that we're looking for next year?
that's our
Because
total.
that's
Okay, of what we're looking. And then
That's
she's
not-
gonna
yeah,
deduct
okay.
Yeah.
yes, I understand that.
All right, there you go. There you go.
No, it's,
Adding.
oh,
No stress. I'm not-
I have no idea how to do any of
so
that.
That looks good. That looks good.
Wow.
That looks good.
it's 285,842.
That's what we'd be asking this year.
14.5.
I haven't had an
income this year.
Are you really? Oh. I,
I love it.
listen, I don't know why I have one, but it's just.
And this, still my purse.
Hey, Queen Elizabeth.
That's
Oh.
stroke.
Can-
Can I ask a question? Again, I have a lot of questions.
Last question.
14.5 is previous year. This year, you're saying 10,600. So shouldn't we subtract that?
Yeah, we should. It's just the jumping back and
I hear you. I don't
has
know how you're doing it all.
confused me a little bit. Okay, sorry. So that actually makes it.
So that's more than last year, though, about 20
Yeah,
20 grand more than last year. I mean, round numbers.
yeah.
189,842. So this is where,
And that's mostly salaries and
It's
health.
mostly salary and health and
and also our income thing went down,
Went down, but.
yes.
A little.
because our expenses were not much different. It's like
Well, the difference
289 versus 305.
Yeah,
So
so it's
15 minus the income 5, so it's like up 10 in expenses. Can we take a little more out of the HRA? Do we have?
Let's go back and look at the,
I know, I'm just about to pull that up.
Get a
Hold
budget
on.
versus actual,
Mm.
the budget for the year before, fiscal year before.
I never know which one it's called which. Sorry, it's my
Like, What
hesitation.
if the cost on the computers, and I'm like, I feel like it's been a month since the last meeting where we voted on where to take that money. I think the vote was to keep it from our budget if
Half
possible.
was HRA, half was
Mhm.
Vermont Community
It was
Foundation.
3,000 that we took out of the community fund.
And where are we gonna pay back the community foundation though?
doesn't look like you can have the money.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we.
Did you transfer that money? Did you take it out of VCT?
I did not.
No.
but I did.
I don't think we need it right now. I mean, we don't need to take it for, you know what I mean?
So that
There
we
was,
leave it.
Yeah, we might need it as we cruise through the year further.
And how much was that? Like, I know I have
3.
notes on this.
Oh,
Oh, okay, right.
I'm sorry. my head is-
We'll go grab.
Do you have water?
Are we allowed to take a break?
Yeah,
It's a lot of numbers being thrown around. I think maybe
We can.
take a
definitely-
5-minute stretch break.
yeah, or we can have, if you want to have Kendra come in and,
Do her song and dance.
Kendra, come in.
Good idea.
Yeah, let's take a Kendra break.
Next time when you have some fun, let's just push your computer this way.
I know how to do that.
I know, but it is, I know. I
Yeah,
can see.
let's have a,
You are so high pressure. I can't handle it anymore.
Especially me.
You know, you
No,
can get that signed up. We can get that general ledger acknowledgement signed by everybody, unless you have to do something with it.
I usually just
Flip
check,
through?
yeah, flip through and just check. If you wanna,
We can do that while we,
That's
There's
not enough
wait.
time
No.
oh, it isn't?
It takes a while to go through it
Uh,
and more focus.
I think one of these might be missing. I'm in there. It's okay. I'll look for it later.
I'll put a dot next to the ones that didn't have a paper in there for it.
Oh, gosh, there's some missing.
There is.
I have a Shaw's. What else?
into it, QuickBooks payroll, professional services,
This one?
$194.74. And not see a paper for that one.
Yeah,
And then there was a Shaw's one that you just mentioned.
yeah, I got the shot.
There's, I think there was one or two more in there. I haven't
I
gotten
see
to.
that, yeah.
Shaw's
That's
coming.
nice.
I don't know about into it. Maybe there's an email that comes.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's the Shaw's one, yeah.
The Shaw's
This is Shaw's, yep, 1397, yes. I had to take Allison's money off of it.
It's not
By
big
accident.
compared to everything else.
Um,
You know what I mean?
Let me see if I can see if there's an into it receipt in here.
It's where it's big and you can't change. it.
no, I realize that.
Yeah.
But
And
do
these
you
are,
want me to put it?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
this when you get,
I can do it now.
I mean, when I was sitting there, I thought, let me just write the checks.
Yeah.
We still have a little money.
Probably like things going up, they can see the money now, so it's actually going up with the cost of things, probably. You take that into account as well. With that, though. That means fewer, that's all it means. I don't think it went up one year before, right? Yep.
Taking notes on my computer, I need a pen.
I got a pen here.
Fantastic.
October 26th. Okay, I can't print, but from October 26th, I have a receipt for 194.74 that I'll stick in here. I'll
What was
put
it?
this 194.74, 10/26.
That's on the other.
Oh, it's on the
It's
other.
on the,
Okay.
on the-
Okay.
okay, so I'll print this on my desktop.
Is Roger on the phone?
No, I'm not here.
Yes.
All right, so I printed that to my desktop and I'll print it out later.
I'll go for this thing. I want to be here for the song and dance.
All right.
And
I kept it to one page this month, guys. I'm doing great. Super excited. We have roped in some new library explorers, loving that. But we are also gearing up to going into the season where we will be getting a lot more pop-ins from visitors to the area. So I'm hoping the numbers continue to grow. I'm going to do a bunch of advertising to Facebook groups and just places where people are, when they come up for like to stay at their Airbnb or they're robbing their cousin's house or whatever, where they're gonna like look for what's going on for their littles, because we're it. That's good. Our town hall half day, huge success, guys. Deer season is throwing a wrench in most of our lives, I would assume, but it's also throwing a wrench in Andy getting back to me about the rest of there's 5 more half days. But we had, remember our last time I was like, oh, we got 8 kids signed up. We had 30 kids attend. So it never would have worked here. And we had 5 adults outside of me, Janet and Allison came down to help out for a little bit. We had 5 adults that stopped in and hung out and like helped with keeping kids engaged. We had like a prepped sewing activity that was a huge hit. We projected a movie on the wall, which kids referred to as the movie theater. And I was like for it. We had coloring and drawing and Lego. I trucked all these Lego bins over there. It was quite drizzly, if you recall. It was a delightful time. I managed to make 2 or 3 dolly trips down there with like a tablecloth over everything, keep it all dry. We learned a lot. Got some things we're gonna do a little bit differently. I'm gonna do more snack pre-portioning and prep. Didn't really factor in the fact that they're heathens. That's on me. Like I really, I don't know why I thought that that's about them and food.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like squirrels at the bird there, yeah. So we're gonna, take a page out of the school's book and handle snack distribution a little more regimentedly. But like did get a lot of feedback, people reaching out either at pickup or texting me afterwards or emailing me and saying that it was amazing to be able to know the kids were over there, that they were going to be having fun. They could go to their conferences, either for their other children or get their work stuff done. And so there was a lot of outpouring of appreciation for us doing that. So it was great. And Dave actually just drove the bus he pulled up here first, but then he just drove the bus around and let all the kids off there. Arrival was also a little like, a little bit of a sticky moment. Again, it was that drizzly rain that really threw a wrench in my life, but a bunch of the kids still went outside and had outdoor time. We had 2 kids consistently attend my Magic the Gathering thing that we did, which was awesome because they were both really engaged in it. I was floored by how much reading was involved because you have to literally read every single card because the cards not on top of the rules. You have to know exactly what every one of your cards does. So they didn't even bat an eye though. There was a couple kids who are not the first ones to volunteer to read anything. So, but they were both like super locked in. They are now my Magic the Gathering ambassadors. I have told them to not get in trouble, but like talk it up at school, let them know they know a guy because we still have a lot of cards. So I told them that we also had an adult that one of the kids, it was Raimi, quite the character and a delight, really helped because he had some foundational knowledge, not like a ton, but like enough to help facilitate the games. And he's a character, as we all know. I think we're all familiar with who Raimi is. There was voices, there was pantomiming. So between the 2 of us, it was a great time. We got to the point where they like played out they got their decks, they played out a whole thing, a whole game, an interaction. And they asked, can we come here and play against each other again? And I was like, yeah, and bring a friend. So I told them, I was like, if you guys can get other people who are interested, it doesn't have to be a formal thing. Like we can set up a time, they can come in, we can teach them how to play and they can build a deck and then we can have like meetups. So I'm thinking that the way to go is to not have like a very regimented club where it's like regimented, apparently the end of the day. But more of a like from this time to this time on the Saturday that I'm working, anybody who wants to come play Magic will have like a moment for it and we'll have extra supplies. And then I also haven't yet, and I explained to them it's a bit of a busy time of the year for all games. But I'm going to reach out to the local libraries to see who's already involved with the Magic Kids, who might not know about it, and see if we can figure out some sort of collaborative playing meetup. So we're well on our way to dominating the local public library Magic the Gathering situation. We're working it. It was great. It was a good time. We even had a couple of kids that were just passing through, weren't really the target age group, but were like, whoa, what's going on over here? And like very into sorting the cards as well. So we have some future Magic the Gathering people. One of the things I really want to focus on with that meetup style thing is it was so great to have Raimi there. And I think that there's probably other adults out there who would be willing to spend an hour learning about something their kid's super interested in, whether or not they're going to go on to like build a deck and play. But if they want to make a small deck, we have so many cards. So I think that would be a really cool way to encourage parents to meet their kids where they're at and come like learn about it too. So that's where I'm going. That's my direction with Magic the Gathering. And then Safe Sitter, I did it. I got it all. I'm doing it. So we have Safe at Home, which is one of the many programs that I am able to now offer. Safe at Home is for grades 4 to 6. And it's about preparing kids to make good choices and assess basic first aid and respond to situations that might come up while they're staying home alone. So it's about taking care of oneself, not taking care of others. So I started with that one because it's a smaller one. And I was like, oh, I can get that done and throw it on the schedule right at the beginning of Thanksgiving break, which is probably a week that parents might say, hey, I need to run to the store. I'm going to leave you home for an hour. It'd be a great like time for them to build on it. So I have 2 people signed up, one of which somebody I've never met or heard of. But they went out in both Twin Valleys and our school newsletters. And so I was like, cool, doing it. We're reaching new people. And because it's focusing on that slightly older target age group, hoping that it's going to start building some bridges with kids that might come here for that, but then be like, oh, that lady's crazy and is willing to give me free Magic the Gathering cards. So that's where we're going with that. And then I'm working on getting the actual Safe Sitter. I can offer it 3 different levels of it. There's Safe Sitter Essentials, there's Safe Sitter with CPR instruction. And then there is Safe Sitters Expanded, which is actually a day thing. We're gonna start small and offer the 5.5 hour Safe Sitters Essential first, but it does require me to, one, be here for 5.5 hours, probably on a Saturday, which means it can't be, I can't also be working. I have to be up here doing my thing. And I need the mannequins and stuff. So there's some logistical pieces of the puzzle we're still figuring out. If I can do it in December, it might be January. But because they list this on their website, I've already had a Girl Scout troop from Londonderry reach out and say, hey, when's your next one? We have 5 girls. So yeah, it's great that that's already kind of starting to go. And the more I can teach it, the more comfortable I'll be teaching it, and then it'll be better.
What's the age range for that one?
For Safe Sitter, it's grade 6 to 8.
Okay.
Um,
So Safe at Home is like the
Safe
younger.
at
and then
Home
Safe
is the
Sitter
youngest that
watching.
they do. And then I also could offer, there's one that's geared towards grandparents who might be, have a new grandchild, or might just be interested in staying up on like what the best child care techniques are, or maybe they want to be a babysitter. So that one, not even really on my radar, because I don't know if this area would have a huge amount of interest, as I feel like a lot of our grandparents are probably not really interested in learning anything new about taking care. Haven't seen a lot of interest from that, whereas the kids are definitely excited about this. I know of at least 2 kids that were like, I want to do that, and then the parents like, we're traveling that week, and so like it's not a one and done thing. So we have definitely a lot of interest. So that has been fantastic investment by the Rotary Club in us.
And it's grade or age dependent?
It is grade,
Okay.
is what they do. And it's not a hard, fast rule. There's like, it depends on maturity levels and stuff. I think it's easiest for me at this time to say by grade, because I think that the behavioral expectations of specific grades differ. And I think that that's what's going to be most important, at least for the first classes, until I have all the material super down.
Yeah.
I think knowing that I have kids who understand the behavioral expectations for that age group in a learning environment, super key little point for me. I'm also doing great on my certificate of public librarian, killing it. Class 3. And then I've been doing the laughter program. It's been great. There are no actual numbers of the attendees. I just haven't grabbed them from Crystal. I figured at the end I would just write down all of them. But it's been about 9 kids. It does fluctuate between 7 or 8 kids on a low day and 11 or 12. I think one day we had 13 kids. But we've really gotten to do a cross section of how the games tie into the library. So we did, making our own board games and playing them. We've done a lot of character work where we have so many different encyclopedias of different like Star Wars characters and Pokemon characters and stuff like that. And we talked about how some games you have to really have a fully fleshed out character. And then we made our own like trading cards. And they all like looked through all their all the
Does your
encyclopedias.
program, your laughter program have a name, or is it just, do they keep it?
It's
more
Games,
neutral?
Games is Thursday's laughter program.
Right.
And then I'm the ringleader of said games.
Does everyone know there's like a free library?
No, I didn't advertise it because I did not want it to end up being something where there was like 45 kids enrolled, just because they knew it was me, and then it was an unreasonable amount of kids to actually do it, because it was our first go. It was kind of a testing the water, see if this actually worked for us. So I wanted to see what the program attendance and what the engagement would be, and who would I actually be starting to reach. There are a number of kids that attend this program that I've never seen in the children's room outside of their Dover school visit, and have since seen them a couple times, because they're, again, real interested in what that crazy lady's up to. I'm very intriguing. So I think I didn't want to artificially inflate the whole situation, just because I know that sometimes, like my half-day hangouts, like once I start telling people that I'm doing something, I specifically didn't sign my children up. I was like, because I'm just so close to them. I wanted to get a sense of what it actually looked like,
Just naturally.
yeah, without the added like telling, because sometimes kids will do things if their parents say that I'm running it. I'm aware of this. And then they're like, don't actually want to do, that's a lot of, I think, what we ran into when we were doing after school stuff here. Kids would sign up because it was like, oh, the library with Kendra. And then I'd be like, okay, this is the project we're doing. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. And then we would have like me trying to do a project with like 5 kids. And we have 3 or 4 kids that were like only here for the shenanigans. You got to show up for the program content. My shenanigans are a bonus. And they did ask me to do the next session as well, but because I also put on my Dover School hat and run the winter sports program, which takes me out of the library for most of at least one day of a week, I didn't want to spread myself too thin because I still have all my class stuff going on and trying to get safe sitter going. And technically I'm only supposed to be here 24 hours a week. So gotta balance it. But I also did commit to doing the last one in the spring after winter sports. We're gonna do a whole story time based one, which have a whole thing. I gotta get a grant situated first for a specific app that I want. That'll come up later, not in this report. And it's a wide range of kids that do the after school program. I have 2 or 3 kindergarteners that are usually there, a couple 1st and 2nd graders, a couple 3rd graders, and then some 4th and 5th and 6th. So it's a wide range. And then they also provide, Alex is working as a laughter staff person. So it's not just the Kendra show. So Alex does not add much to the show, but he's great to have around. Actually, he ran D&D while I did Big West every day.
I bet I'm sure he run that at least once.
Yeah. Well, because as part of his Cole who did Magic the Gathering, one day he was really not feeling it. So we were still in the sorting process. And so I brought all the cards over and he sat and sorted and worked on that so that we were ready for building our decks that next Saturday. Oh, and also like I sent them home with like a rule sheet. Those hooligans, and I just kept calling it their homework. They came back and were like referencing their rule sheet. Like I was like, good on you. I don't watch TikTok videos. But like, yes, I was just so floored by their commitment to getting it done. But and then he came back the next week and he's like, well, can we play Magic here? And I was like, I can't really be doing that. But then they just did they did Dungeons and Dragons instead. And Cole really would like a Dungeons and Dragons group here. And I was like, dude, we tried that, but all that. So
He is all about.
yeah, he's coming.
He does I do the Monday after school.
Yeah.
Every Monday. Can we just do G&D?
We just need to, yeah.
Or the play. And I'm like, yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. And then we have tomorrow actually is our November visit because I had my class yesterday. So this month we skipped it, like scooched it, really. We didn't really skip it, we just scooched it down. But last month we had 52 kids and 10 adults. The groups are much larger. And so that's why there's so many more adults because a lot of groups are coming with extra help, paraprofessionals and such. Which is great because it'd be a lot, specifically my child, Amelia. I haven't figured out if she's attending tomorrow, but I kind of hope no. She does not understand the difference between mom at work and mom at home. And also she should not try and gouge my eyes out while I'm reading a book anywhere. I'm just saying. She does not like me to be the center of attention. She wants all the attention to be on her, but also for no one to perceive her. These are contradictory concepts. And then therefore it causes her to spiral out of control.
She likes to be under the desk, asking the questions.
Yes.
So you can't see her, but you know she's there.
She's a bit of a situation. We're working on that. Yeah, I kind of like to do my librarian stuff without my own kids because they don't respect my librarian hat. And then one thing I wanted to put in here was that and it kind of makes a little more sense now too. So the Dover School Library and they didn't fill the position. They have a long-term sub who doesn't have a ton of experience.
I already told them about the Janet thing.
I feel like that falls under my part of the agenda here.
If you want Janet to get paid, it's under my part.
I do want Janet to get paid.
Yeah.
I love her. She's my best friend. I have lots of best friends. But anyway, so I was noting that there was like a lot of more communication from the teachers, and it just makes sense because they don't have as many library services in-house. It seems, because they not only had their long-term person was a sub, but now their sub is not in. But that will probably,
That you can be helpful.
yes, but that probably will change because I feel like Janet, well, she'll need my help, but like it won't be the same. But anyway, so like tomorrow, like second grade reached out ahead of time just saying like, hey, can you pull a bunch of like dinosaur books and stuff like for the class, like on top of the kids taking out that, like the teacher wants to take out like a good bin of books to have in the classroom. The same thing first grade. Third grade is going to start a pen pal project because I talked with Anne and like
To me.
sentence writing. It's cute because nobody knows because it starts tomorrow. But I didn't line up any. It was too logistically challenging to line up other kids for them to write to, so they're writing to Rotary members. Mostly,
I didn't know about that.
yeah, the Rotary doesn't know about that. Yeah. That's all I told them.
Yeah.
There's only 14 letters. They can write back. They got time. But yeah, so like I was talking to the teacher and she was talking about how they're focusing on sentences, like capitalizing and periods, and just having more practice for that. And so this seemed like a really good way to A, make use of my pretend mailbox that I have in the shed, and B, give them a chance to do it based on interest and doing it for enjoyment rather than you have to practice your writing. But like now they can write to a random human who is going to write back to them. It'll be great. Because I thought about doing it like where you write like an author or something. There's no guarantee that that's coming back. This way I can at least make sure that the next month they have something. So, don't be surprised if Rotary falls through, you guys are all going to be tapped into service. And then, yeah, and I have project for all of them. And then we got Santa is coming on Sunday, the 7th. And I reached out to both Eastover, Westover, and the police department, Eastover, Westover Fire Department, and the police department. And I heard back Westover, got with Eastover Fire Department, and they were like, you want to like team up on this? And so they're going to come and hand out coloring books and stuff. And they were like, anything else we can do? And I was like, do you know how to bake? They haven't responded to that one yet. But then also I'll be putting out volunteers for baking, and I've had a few local adults reach out about like, oh, like, this is a cool craft, and I'm like, awesome, you want to come run that table? So we are working on ensnaring some people and getting them committed to Santaing, and we are gonna shake things up because what we do. And instead of putting Santa back here in a hidey hole, I am going to turn the cafe into a Santa base, yes, into the North Pole, and have Santa be a part of the show, and then have this be more of like a quiet space where either a serious crafters, I haven't figured out if crafts or cookies will be back here, but have, instead of it being kind of like oh, we went into Santa's room and then we left, and then sometimes Santa's just sitting back here, for a small chunk of time waiting for another family to come, or if they're new to the library, they don't know that Santa's back here. Also, I'm hoping this will also keep us from having to route people through our back offices. So I'm gonna Santify the cafe and then sprinkle Christmas stuff throughout. It's gonna be great. That is all.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Love it. Can I back up for 1 second, please?
Absolutely.
Did you want to approve the budget or just review it this month? Because there was no, Allison presented.
We just paused because she was still doing
Yeah.
the math.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Back
I was
to it
looking
right
at
after.
I was looking at my notes. I'm like, oh, we didn't approve it.
Song and dance break.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, got it. I was not with the program here.
I'll put it in there.
Allison
Oh, you
needed.
need one, like you need.
Not great.
That's perfect, yeah.
Protein bar.
You can ask me, Diane.
12.
I don't have an answer.
Can't even remember. Are we open on town meeting day?
Yes.
There's a huge need for babysitting on meeting day.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It couldn't be in there though.
It could not be in there, which is the hardest part. And then also it would be hard. I would either have to cap it and then that feels like wrong because I don't have any other
Yeah.
help. And that's why I tried really hard to get more teams involved and reach out to the different clubs and stuff and say like, we'll offer it, like, well, basically all you have to come is, we will solicit donations on your behalf. Give me your people. And I just it hasn't really stuck. But I agree. But then I'm also asking, if I try and get volunteers, I'm asking people who might have gone to town meeting day.
Right.
So that's, I guess, kind of where I'm at right now is my idea of how I'm contributing to solving that problem is trying to get preteens into the babysitting market. So that because they won't be at school. So then maybe there'll be some 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that can do small sitting jobs that day. Because it would be a lot to have, and a lot of kids do come here during that day, you know, a lot of those 4th, 5th, and 6th graders that parents are over there for a little bit. Yeah, I usually have, and we get,
Used to be closed, I think.
well, that'd be nice, because then I could go to shopping. But yeah, that was, I have thought about that because I do agree that's like another area where
Because it's so
people are
great
very
helping
limited.
out these parents that really needed that so they could go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a lot of a lack of
We're gonna pay for the
places for
chicken plant
that
order.
middle ground age to go, especially for short-term
Mhm.
stuff. So,
Well, thank you.
Well, when we build that.
but yeah.
Yes,
so-
exactly.
Excellent, I will make
There.
an action, but I am planning, I can't I can't tell people
Yeah.
like, oh, this person's safe sitter, but I can say to the safe sitter trainees, I can say like, you know, if you were looking for families, days like town meeting day, like it doesn't always have to be date nights. Like there are a lot of like half days that you can, go to their house after school. So I can explain that and plant that seed in their brains too, and let them know that like it's not always just about date night. It could be covering that time between when they get off, like kids get home from school and their parents get home, or maybe parents work different shifts and stuff like that. So
Great, thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good luck on the budget stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kendra. She said,
All right.
All right, back to the budget. I know where the feral raccoon gets it from.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the feral raccoon is genetic.
Yeah.
We call Amelia the feral
Yeah.
raccoon. The energy.
Mhm.
She was pretty funny. She's like, they do not respect my library hat.
Yeah. There are some, just like any kid, there are good days and bad days. And, some days we just need to go home.
My daughter is the same way though.
And then, some
Fine.
days they're great.
I'm working and she's with me. She'll be like, "Mommy," and I'm like, "No, I'm not your mommy."
That's hard.
All right.
Where are we at?
Okay, so we were talking about unexpended HRA funds and how much we wanted to put,
How much we actually have?
how much we actually have. And I don't really have an answer for you. I looked at the profit and loss sheet and no, I did not. I looked at, oh my God, this is where I get stalled out the last time because my brain stopped working.
It's because we've hit the 3-hour
Oh.
mark.
The one before that. It's the balance sheet. That's the one I want to look at. I have it
Do
open
we
somewhere.
Here
Here
to
it
have
is.
this voted on this meeting?
I don't think they haven't said like, hey, we need it right away. Haven't heard anything about it yet. Last year they didn't need it until
Later in
December.
December.
Yeah. So they're not banging down the door for it.
So
The
we can
next
do the
meeting's in
special
3
meeting if we need to.
Yeah.
In a second, like we've talked about.
Yeah.
We can do that and we can Gonna work on this a little bit more to finalize it.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe we can answer on that HRA.
yeah. 'Cause I don't, there's no way to have, to come up with one like this. Cause on the, on the balance sheet, it has 0.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
if we do a special meeting on the second, that's 2 weeks from now. And then there'd be another regular meeting the week after that. So, do we want to just do a regular meeting?
Wait to the,
Because we're only like
Yeah.
3 weeks away from the regular meeting.
Regular meeting, and if they need
Okay.
it sooner than that, then we would do a 5 days
2 day.
warning of,
2 day.
2 day
You only
warning of a
do
special
them.
meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
Um,
good to me.
With the next meeting, could we start that at 10 a.m. again? Because I have that training that day, and I'd like to,
On 12/9.
yeah.
Well,
You have something at 9:40? No.
No, I have
Something-
training from 2 to
but I'm
5.
like, maybe I'll bump it. It's just like, blood work. So I could probably change that. I can change that. Oh, change.
How's that for you, Kathy?
I want to do it, so.
What about you, Allison?
I
I'm
think
gonna write
that
that down.
seems like it works for me.
12/9 at 10.
Yeah.
What about the,
What are the
What do I do
chances
with
of
my
being
pet?
done by noon for knitting?
Oh,
Right?
It'll be the second.
Oh, yeah, it's not that week.
Coincide.
Not that week, okay.
Yeah, but that's a lovely.
oh, you have
thought.
my pen.
Yeah, like somewhere there.
I'm just very disappointed, so yeah.
Okay.
There's actually, there.
There's 2 women that.
We're 3 of them, a little bit. less.
Somebody else.
So she didn't want to go in and learn it with someone else?
I don't know.
I don't think they were here when
No.
CB was here, and they're, I don't think she knows them either.
10 a.m.
I even know them. Not Hillary.
No,
Hillary doesn't it?
So, let's see.
no, she embroiders.
Okay. So, we'll add a note for budget.
December
Line item.
9th at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 a.m. Okay, so we're good on budget for now. If there's any other questions or changes anyone wants to make at the moment.
Yeah, I think we're kind of spinning a little bit,
Yeah.
so it's good to
Yep.
take a pause and relook at it and
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
There's no need to stress.
Oh, come on, let's keep talking about it.
So,
We've already stressed.
last item on the agenda is the director's report.
All right.
Yes, did
Tell
you-
me
When is the strategy meeting again? It's the
tomorrow?
third, I mean, the
third.
third.
Oh, no.
At
Yeah,
4:30.
4:30.
Thank you.
I didn't put that. I was trying to save trees. Um,
You sent it.
I did, yeah.
I've read
I
it.
just have to open it so I can remember what I wrote, because that was it was yesterday, so it's gone now.
12 hours ago.
Yeah.
You can start. I'm just gonna go.
I will not do any singing or dancing until you return.
Back.
So, a lot of administrative stuff last month. Like I said before, did evaluations, I've been doing a lot of strategic planning work, a lot of budget work. It's been a fun month. So the neighborhood pantry is going really well. We've had a lot of donations. So share the information with your friends and family, and so they know that
Anyone taking stuff, or is it like?
we've had less people taking
Right.
stuff than donating.
So we just have to figure out how to get the word out there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a remote location, unfortunately, but it's also a very easy location to
Mhm.
pull up and
Mhm.
grab food, and it's next to the daycare.
Yeah,
Are they clued in?
we shared, not only did we ask them to put it in their newsletter, we also handed out handouts to them so they could give one to each family.
Okay, great.
So,
Once it just takes a bit for people to.
yeah, it's in the Dover School newsletter, it's in the Twin Valley School newsletter. It's on Facebook, it's on,
What about Twice Blessed, letting them know?
it's a good idea.
Yeah, they have really good connections to.
Yeah, Mary
the
Jane.
community.
Yeah, let me just write that down so I don't forget, because I will forget.
Also, I don't know, she's done a lot of work with like the elderly area, just local, East Dover.
Well, we also, in addition to that, I sent Ellis to, there was a meeting about food insecurity in the valley, and I sent him to that meeting because I had another meeting at the same time. And, so it was more of, they wanted, you know how they do like the senior meals at the municipal center in Jacksonville and everything? It was kind of more of like, how can we do more community meals and feed people that way? So it wasn't really what we were trying to do. But he brought information and gave them handouts and told them about it. We've reached out to St. Mary's because they have like a little free pantry down there too. They have the opposite problem we have. They get food and it goes so fast that they can't keep it stocked. So I said, like, here's a pile of handouts, can you just put it in there and then maybe people will come here too. And I did also give them to the food pantry in Wilmington so that they can hand them out with at their like handout day.
What about like, the ladies at the Congregational Church?
The loose knit group,
Yeah.
we've definitely reached out to them too.
Great.
So we're trying really hard to get it out there. I think
It's pretty new,
It's
so,
pretty new.
yeah.
And it was so packed. I mean, I think people probably could have taken stuff and wouldn't notice. But Ellis is doing all the upkeep on that, which is amazing. We already talked about the community meeting. We are getting new books and we are so excited.
Yeah.
Finally, it only took a month to start getting new books. The downside is none of them are processed. So we're doing all of the processing in-house, which means that after we get them, it takes a little bit to get them out on the shelf.
Are they normally processed before you get them?
You were buying them from Baker and Taylor processed. We chose to buy them unprocessed because we can get them faster.
And there's no more Baker and Taylor.
There's no more Baker and Taylor. So
I didn't understand until you explained that to me last time I was in.
Yeah.
there.
So now we have to do all the records, we have to do the covering, we have to do the cataloging. So it takes a minute to get them into circulation. We definitely, once we start seeing that like backlog, hopefully they'll hire more people and, it'll be a little more smooth. And once we see them catch up, we'll start buying our books processed again. But I'm not.
Oh, so they offer it, but you just think it's too slow.
Yes.
Right now,
Yeah, it would take like, I can't imagine how much longer it would take. We are buying a few books every week from Bartleby's, because Ingram has two arms. They have the library arm and then they have the bookstore arm, and guess which arm gets the books faster? So Bartleby's also bought, bookstores buy directly from the publishers as well. So they are able to get their books on time. So if it's a high demand book, well, go and buy it from Bartleby's. The discount isn't the same. It's like half of what we get from Ingram. So that's why I'm limiting how many we're buying, because it would blow the budget. But overall, we're now kind of back on track on that. So I told you I would circle back around to the wish list. And this is where I'm doing it. I went to the Director Summit in Montpelier, and they did not do it online, so you had to go in person. Because their big thing is like networking, and learning from other librarians. So the state librarian spoke and she let us know that every year we've had Clover, we've had a record for interlibrary loans. So this year, more than 56,000 books went through our ILL system in the state.
Wow.
So, yeah, another banner year. The grant news about the, we're never gonna lose our summer reading grant, hopefully. And, they are opening, this application window for HUD grants. And those are for library capital improvements. So that's where we start going back around to, I think, I definitely want to apply for one. The minimum is $100,000. So our problem is going to be that it's going to be hard for us to spend $100,000.
Collaborated with another. Can't do.
Can't do it. They have that's a federal grant, so they'll have very specific guidelines for how they can give it out. What I'm hoping to do is we've talked.
Child's wing.
300,000 at a time.
Way more than that. You're kidding me? They're gonna have to test the soil 14 times before they do it.
Yeah,
So, I'm hoping to be able to, they're having an information session on December 3rd about what the grant
okay.
is going to be for. So I'll know more about it after December 3rd. I'm hoping that we can tie in a few different projects into one. So the projects I was anticipating being high value would be perhaps redoing the front entrance way to make the ramp safe.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, not a death trap. We also had talked about installing automatic doors in front so that they were handicap accessible, because at this point they're heavy and old and I don't think they're really accessible doors. And then the third was talking about putting in the rear entrance.
Yeah.
So if we can do a project that combines, we could also talk about doing the hallway up front too. So if we can do a project that, if the grant would take a project that has multiple different pieces, then, I'll apply for it for that. There's, there's nothing else that we have here that we could spend $100,000 on, and not something that we can envision in the next month or two.
New shed.
New shed. The shed itself is fine. It just needs to 180 and maybe move a little bit.
I mean, if you combine that front hallway with the entryway.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that is all technically
is-
the entryway.
yeah.
I could see that being 100,000 pretty
Yeah.
easily, pretty quickly. You need
It's
the
a nice
handicap
one.
ramp, you need the doors, you need to get that entire hallway redone. I mean, that's front entryway. Boop.
Energy efficiency, ceiling slates. Energy efficiency. Anything with that?
The ceiling sleeve?
No, the lights.
Oh, the lights, I believe they reinstalled all energy efficient light bulbs in here in the building. We do need a new cover for our fluorescent light in the hallway that the town, that it's been taking like 2 years to get. Even Joe Mahon, every time he comes in, he's like, you still don't have the cover. I'm like, Joe, you talk to Travis.
So those were interesting.
Yeah, so they, it's all different little things, but once December 3rd comes around and I've seen the webinar, I'll know more about it, whether or not we have a project that would be eligible. They've also talked about next year also having some smaller grants. So like this is gonna be highly competitive. There's only a couple of them. So I'm not banking on it at all. And so we ran out of credit, so I only purchased 2 new computers so far. Kendra and Alice have been enjoying theirs. They were the ones who needed them the most. They can say, they know I love them. I got them first. And we got like, I think I spent $50 less than I was anticipating on them, so we got a good deal. In terms of programming, Mahjong is back every Thursday. It's been quite busy. We had 1 week we had like 12 people playing. The wellness fair, as always, it's worthwhile for meeting people. I met somebody very nice who is who works for the Vermont Department of like accessibility, and they have a lending library of things that make stuff more accessible for people. So like anything, she had a ton of stuff, and I don't even remember half of what she had, but it was all like really interesting stuff, but ways, to make the telephone easier to hold, screen magnifiers for your computer so it's easier to see, all of those things. So I talked to her about it, and we can borrow them to put into our library to lend them out. So I thought that would be really cool, something to add to the library of things. And then if it's something like that gets used a whole lot, we can look into purchasing it ourselves to lend out. Or people who have different abilities or need different services can also check them out before they purchase them. Trunk or treat was great. We were icicles. It's very cold. The 2 special events that we had in October were both kind of author talks. The one, I said her name wrong every time, Schaefer, shared really interesting story about her parents and the Holocaust and how their experiences shaped like their lives and her life. And then Linda Ramrath, who also happens to be the mother of the line dancer, the line dancing instructor. She does a free program that she's an amazingly gifted quilting artist. She's not a quilter, she's an artist.
Difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
And her quilts were amazing. But she brought a stack of quilts, and as she went through and showed them, she told this like the story of her life and how the quilt had either had an impact on her life or the impact
From her life.
like her life, how she shared it in the quilt. So that was really interesting.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, it was good.
Either.
Yes. And then we were too overbooked for a book club. And we're gonna do it in December instead. Actually, nobody read the book, so. I finished it.
Everybody was overbooked.
Yeah,
Were those other events attended?
Yeah, we had 6 people come to each of them, somewhere around them. They're not super well attended, but also like 5 o'clock on a night in October is not a great time. And both of them like kind of insisted on a
People are trying to get home.
Yeah.
Getting dinner.
And it's just starting to get dark early, and people are kind of acclimating to that.
Yeah.
And so, but they both really wanted that time. In fact, one of them pushed hers later than I had originally booked it for. So, you made your decisions. Yeah, I mean, I would have the Schaefer lives in California, so she would never come back.
Mill Valley, right?
I'm sorry?
Mill Valley.
Yeah.
I know the name for some reason. Yeah, from somewhere else.
You
know.
Really cool for a second.
I know. Like, wow, yeah, but Linda, I think will come back again.
Nice.
She does like speaking theory that
When do you think would be a good time?
I don't know. I think she would appeal to an older audience, so maybe earlier in the day. Her speaking is at like senior centers and stuff usually. So in my head I kept going elderly hostels, but that's not the right word. Uh, yeah, I think like earlier in the day. My mother-in-law would have loved it, but she's not going to go out and drive
Yeah,
at 7
yeah.
o'clock at night.
Yeah,
So,
okay, nice.
I have a question on the computers. Did
Yeah.
we start getting the programs that you want, so they can have remote access to the other ones?
I finally got for it and I was going to, it wasn't very expensive. It was a couple $100.
Okay.
I can pull it up and tell you exactly. But we didn't have enough credit. So I had to wait until,
Makes sense.
let's just go, I can buy DVDs. I'm like, don't buy a whole bunch of them. Don't max out the card immediately.
Well, now that I know, I can try to keep an eye, but I can't see. I can just go by the receipts that
Yeah.
come through.
Yeah, I'll definitely book Roger if I need to.
Yeah, we'll get that straight.
We have in the past written a check like halfway through and sent it to.
Just have it ready.
so
Yeah.
Just to get,
If you've
It's the
already
clear it.
spent like 1,500, just send them a check for
Yeah,
1,500.
exactly. Done?
I think we're done. I don't have anything.
Make a motion.
I make a motion to close at 1:46.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes unanimously.
All right.
Meeting adjourned.
Credit.
Yeah, so,
What's the fun?
And so the next month at 10 a.m.
Yep.
So the,
Someone-
are we still recording?
Yes.
yeah, let me,
Make it this.
Look at me,